opinion whatsoever, but you're entitled to it. So yeah, we do want your opinion on it. Let me go ahead and go live on TikTok as well. So having said that, what up, folks? Once again, it is indeed your boy Tim, the handsome liberal. Good evening and welcome to the show. Now I know many of you probably have already seen this. I'm late to the program on this one because if you've been watching social media, now look, I'm working my day job during the day, so I don't have time as much to get on during the day, but plenty of people who do have already covered this topic. But there's no way I don't think any political commentator should skip over this. I think this came from the president of the United States, and it's about another former president of the United States. So if listen, if that's what you do, which is discuss politics and the goings on of the day, I don't believe you should miss this. I don't believe this should be omitted from your program. So point I'm making is, if you are, let's say, and I'm going to give you some folks on the right, your Laura Ingrams, your Sean Hannity's, Eric Bowling types, you got to cover this. If you don't cover this, it does appear to be the bias is showing. This is significant enough that I believe it should be covered by all sides of the aisle. Now you can defend it. If you believe that liberals and folks on the left are making more out of this than it should be, then so be it. But I don't believe you should ignore it. I believe it's something that should be covered, whether you are offended by it or you just believe the left is making a mountain out of a molehill. So it should absolutely be covered. Why it's coming out of Trump's account, that's another discussion to be had. Now, I've already had some discussions with some of my MAGA viewers, MAGA friends. I got a lot of folks already saying that the liberals are making more out of this than it should be. They're suggesting that, look, the guy did not like folks on the left. He don't like the Obamas and things like that. So this is what he does. He makes fun of people he does not like. That does not make him a racist, is what many are saying. So we're gonna tackle it from that standpoint, because it's not uncommon for me to get viewers all the time that suggest that the Democrats, particularly African Americans, wrongfully suggest that Trump is intolerant. And one of the main questions you often get is, what has President Trump ever said or did to make him racist? What has he ever said? He ain't never said nothing racist. What the hell are you talking about? So that's something you get all the time. My guess is this will be added into the equation of folks who answer that question. This will probably come up going forward. Now, the Trump administration is stating a staffer did this. I don't know if that indicates Trump is innocent of it. He wasn't knowledgeable of it. I don't know what direction we're supposed to go with when they say that it was done by a staffer, but the post was up for 12 hours. So whoever posted it, it's hard to, are we to believe Trump didn't know something was on his account for a half a day? I want to also point out, this has happened before. This has happened before. There is some precedent. This has happened before. And I want to give you a clip. Because like I said, a lot of folks are saying this has nothing to do with being racist. It's just, President Trump, making fun of his adversaries. This is what he does. So that doesn't mean that he was racist. You've heard this story. This story is a few years old, but you've heard about it for certain. But it has happened before. And if I can get my monitor straight.
It is the highest rated and most watched series in prime time. A triumphant comeback for a TV icon, until a tweet by Roseanne Barr caused ABC to pull the plug on her show, which had already been renewed for next season. This is the tweet that caused the swift action. It read, Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes had a baby equals VJ. Those are the initials of Valerie Jarrett, a former White House advisor to President Barack Obama, who has never had a connection to the group. And the
badass boss. Appreciate the hat mustaches, plural. Thank you for supporting the program. Badass boss. Thank you very much. So why are we bringing up Roseanne? She has nothing to do with what's going on right now. Well, the notion is, and thank you, badass, for certain. Appreciate that. The whole notion that he's just making fun of his adversaries. The point I want to make is comparing members of the African American community to primates has been technically deemed as racist for probably at least 50 plus years or more. Probably a lot longer than that, because I'm older than 50, probably closer to a century. I mean, even cartoons and things like that often depicted African Americans as monkeys and apes. So the idea that he was just attacking his adversaries and used, and thank you, James Harper, and decided to use to portray them as apes. Trump actually had contact with Roseanne Barr during the time that happened to her. I believe President Trump was at least running for president or deep in the birther movement at that time. So the point I'm making is it's kind of difficult for anyone to try to suggest that they don't see, comparing an African American to a primate, ape, monkey, chimpanzee, gorilla, whatever you want to go. It's been known as something it's kind of like if you use the N-word in conjunction with an African American. That is the overwhelming view is that's right. I don't care if you got African American friends. I mean, now we could talk about it being unfair that blacks can use the word and whites can't. I don't totally disagree with that. But fact is, we as a society, all races involved, have viewed using the N-word by someone white towards someone black as racist. And the same applies to referring to African Americans as primates. It simply is what it is. You're not going to do that. Well, I got a bunch of black friends, or my spouse is black, or I grew up in the hood. No, if Eminem or any other white person that is well known, well respected in the black community did something like this, they're going to take pushback from it. They're going to get flagged from it. So I'm just saying, and I'm not going down the road of whether it's fair or not or any of that. I'm just simply saying, traditionally, it has been considered a racist thing to do something like that. Now, the Trump administration certainly released some statements. Like I said, they've claimed that a staffer did it. I suppose so. That means that a staffer's using his account without his what do you want to say? Without his permission. Let's see if we hear about a staffer being disciplined or fired. Otherwise, I don't see what the staffer did other than follow the tradition of what Trump normally did with his account.
The White House has taken down a Truth Social video depicting former President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama as monkeys. The White House says a staffer erroneously made the post. It was up for 12 hours. Senator Tim Scott posted to X, quote, "Praying it was fake because it's the most racist thing I've seen out of this White House. The president should remove it." The video was mostly about vote counting technology before scrolling to an apparent AI-generated image of the Obama's faces photoshopped onto two monkeys, a racist trope. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says, quote, "This is from an internet meme video depicting President Trump as the king of the jungle and Democrats as characters from The Lion King. The clip from Trump's post is not from Disney's The Lion King, as the movie does not feature gorillas or orangutans."
I don't know. Like I said, by the way, I will say this. To my surprise, and you see Tim Scott involved in that, but to my surprise, there has been an outpouring of conservatives that have been against what came out of that account. The fact is, depicting the president, and I'm talking about former President Obama and his wife as apes. Apparently, that's a line that even a lot of folks on the right believe is a bit too much. But when I tell you there's historical precedent to some of this stuff, I'm going to give you receipts. There is indeed historical precedent. This isn't the first time something like this has come out. And I suppose it left us trying to explain what just happened?
Well, Nicole, the president also retweeted a disturbing video on Sunday morning. It's since been taken down, but it shows an elderly white supporter of his shouting white power. I want to play an excerpt. Take a listen.
It's a long gap.
White power! There you go, white power. You hear that?
So, Nicole, what does the White House have to say about the president retweeting that video?
Well, first and foremost, the president has since taken down that retweet, but the White House did put out
taking it down. Does that sound familiar? They're taking it down.
a statement saying that the president did not hear the one statement that was made on the video. What he did see was tremendous enthusiasm from his many supporters. But we have since reached back out to the White House to find out why the president did not listen to the video, because certainly it was clear what was said there, and also to get more clarification as to why he took it down. But certainly it did draw instant scrutiny, both, from Democrats and Republicans. We saw Tim Scott, for instance, earlier today say that the president should take it down, that this was a terrible video. We also have heard.
Now, remember Tim Scott today in regard. Now, this is from Trump's first term. This is several years back. This is from Trump's first term. Him tweeting out folks yelling white power. Now, of course, you've heard that newscaster say that President Trump said he never heard the person yelling white power. But did you hear what she said? Tim Scott, even back then, told Trump to take this down because it was wrong. So Tim Scott today releasing a statement saying he wished that the ape video of Obama was fake because it's the most racist thing he's seen coming from the White House. Well, you saw, you were involved in the white power video as well, Tim Scott. You told her to take that one down as well, Mr. I love you, man. But just in case you guys, because I see some of the folks in the comments either didn't hear it or something of that nature. But the idea that President Trump did not hear it, when you hear the actual video, I'll see if I can quickly clip it before we go back to the actual show. But President Trump is saying he tweeted this video out and he didn't hear the guy yelling white power.
There you go, white power. You hear that?
It's a very quick video. In fact, white power is actually repeated. Like, okay, he says it twice, and then the person recording him says, "There you go, white power," pointing out that they sound racist. That's the most that is the most repeated word in the video. How could Trump have not heard that? Trump says he didn't hear the guy saying white power. If you didn't hear him saying that, the first question I would ask, because we covered this a few years ago, and the first question we would ask is, what else is there to this video to tweet out? If you didn't tweet it out because the guy's yelling white, there's nothing interesting about this video at all. It's just a guy driving past in a golf cart. If you didn't hear that, what was the goal of tweeting it out to begin with? So I do want to say that his claim that he didn't hear that is at the very least comical. But he did say that. He did say he did not hear that. But in addition to that, I just want to hear from you folks, because I do have more, but I don't even want to go down the rabbit hole of it. But I want to hear from you folks in terms of, do you think the left is just making something out of nothing here? Or do you perhaps see this as exactly what many on the left are saying, that this shows President Trump has a racist streak or something of that nature? So that's what we're going to talk about today. I guess we could talk about them going over to allegedly protect Iranian hostages, and other topics will come up. But the idea that the president posted this, I just wanted to hear from you folks on this, because I wasn't even going to go live today, but this one kind of shocked me. This one kind of shocked me. I get folks, like I said, all the time on the show, what the hell has Trump ever said that's racist? Why do liberals and you African Americans say that? Wow. So I want to talk to you folks. You guys know how the show is ran as always. We still are MAGA friendly. We still are always going to remain MAGA friendly. We don't have to have the same opinions or politics whatsoever. I enjoy hearing opinions and politics from all sides of the aisle. So we do go left of Bernie Sanders from having a dinner with Q. MAGA's always welcome in this program, always will be. Nevertheless, you can be critical of anyone on this program, which may happen today. And you can be critical of yours truly as well. We don't block, ban, or censor because people have a different opinion. We've never done that. It's all about free speech here. So we'll go straight to the comments and start taking callers. Tap the screen and get the likes on up to 20,000, THOU, and we'll go from there. So looking in the comments, this is what they think of you. Wow, that kind of sounds like Ice Cube. What was it? What was the album that was on? Wow, this is what they think of you. And they would play. That's what that sounds like, Ice Cube. I'm not shocked. I already knew his dumb ass was racist. Well, a lot of folks disagree with you, so I'll leave it at that. Brother, they making you, what does that say? They making you look foolish. They're not making me look foolish at all. Tim, you and you alone is, you're asking, Tim, you and you alone is Donald J. Trump a racist? I'll tell you this, my humble opinion of President Trump, either he is what they say he is, or at the very least, he wants you to think he is what they say he is. There is no way you would do this unless you either are that or you want people to believe you are that. It is predictable ahead of time that if you do something like this, people are going to call you racist. So that's my opinion of him. Either you're racist or you at the very least want people to think you are racist. That's the only thing that comes to mind. As I stated at the beginning of the show, it's been common knowledge, acceptable knowledge for at least probably 100 years that comparing African Americans to primates is a racist trope. You can go all the way back to black and white TV when they did it in cartoons and things. It's been common knowledge of that. So for somebody, and then of course I played the whole story of Roseanne Barr doing it about a decade ago or whatever, and what happened to her in losing the whole Roseanne show. So it's been common knowledge that if you do that, people are going to view you as racist. We can argue whether it's true or not, whatever, but it's been common knowledge that if you do that, people are going to derive that opinion of you. He did it. He did it. So either you want people to think you are, or you actually are. MXX says that's not being a racist. That's being a bigot. We can mince words. I'm not going to argue with that. I'd have to hear your definition of the two or whatever. But I mean, listen, if you want to go with bigot or prejudice, whatever you want to go with, but it's in that direction. It's in that direction. You either want to be that or you want people to think you are that. Real quick in the comments, we at 20,000. Tap the screen, get the likes up. We'll take the caller at 20,000. And why is an 80-year-old posting cartoons? Because Trump is an expert at getting ratings, clicks, and likes. He is a genius when it comes to showmanship. He's really good at what he does. And look, he has a base of folks that like that type of shit, that like this type of stuff. And he's catering to that base. I mean, he's really good at what he does. I mean, it is what it is. Racist requires a power dynamic, and the president has that power dynamic. I don't agree with that. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I disagree, because this is why a lot of African Americans say that blacks cannot be racist. I don't believe that. I believe blacks absolutely can be racist. I don't believe you need a power dynamic to be racist. I think you just need to have hate in your heart. I think simply having hate in your heart is enough. I don't think it has anything. Look, if you, I mean, and there's so many different ways you can have a power dynamic as well, by the way. I mean, maybe I don't let you come in my neighborhood without getting your ass beat. Maybe you're the only one of your type at my school and we bully and beat the hell out of you. That's a power dynamic. I mean, there could be a million ways to go with that, but I don't buy that it's about power dynamic. And I know a lot of folks, a lot of African Americans disagree with me on this. I get it. But I believe anyone can be racist. I don't believe that only one group of people can be racist. We are over it. We don't care about people's feelings. Hope you all love my name, says Hard Amil. Well, I believe that. There's no way you would do this if you cared about people's feelings. Of course, I agree with you 100%. You don't care about people's feelings. That's the only reason why you would do something like this. Tap the screen, get us up to 20,000. Blacks can be prejudiced, not racist. What is the definition of racism? And tell me that blacks cannot fit that definition. I don't believe power dynamic is part of the definition. We've had conversations like this. I mean, I could bring it up, but I believe the definition of racism is something that blacks can be. Are you transgender, says Ken V. No, not yet, but I'm trying to transition into a middle-class person. So give me time, what are the pink-ass black? Where are the pink-ass black conservatives? What is it? Oh, you mean Black MAGA? Well, I'm sure they're out there. It would not surprise me if there are some Black MAGA defending this. It would not surprise me of that. I mean, I haven't talked to any of them, but that's a great question. Where are they? Where are they? This is something that is worthy of asking them their opinion on. So we'll see. That photo is fucking crazy work. Jesus, says the original clapper. Well, it's actually a video. Now, I guess in defense of Trump to a little degree, the left did clip this still shot because it's an actual whole video. And fact is that the Trump post features many Democrats as animals in the jungle. It's not just the Trump, it's not just the Obamas. I think they got Biden is in there as a donkey or something. They got AOC's in it. It's a whole video of liberals being posted as, goofy little animals and shit. And Trump is like a big, strong lion walking through. So there's a lot more to it than just the Obamas. But because the Obamas were conveniently portrayed as primates, that's what's drawing the attention. Looking in the comments, are we at 20,000? You guys tap the screen, get the likes up. Real quick in the comments, there's no defense to this, Tim, says Miss Mobetta. If I can come up with one, I'll try, but I don't have a defense to this. And I'm willing to defend Trump. You guys know that. I'll defend Trump on things that I think he deserves to defend. I don't have a defense for this. In fact, even a lot of members of the Republican Party are not defending it. I assume Fox News is going to give this very limited coverage. Because thank you, Rapid Reports. Appreciate that. Thank you for that. Much. Some of you guys have been kind. Thank you very much. I don't think you're going to see this much on Fox News because if any of their anchors defend this, then they got to live with that too. You might get Jesse Waters or what is the guy named? Greg Gutfeld might give it a shot. Dana Perino's not going to touch it. I mean, there's a bunch of them on there. Brett Barron up. They're not going to touch this because if you do defend this, Trump will be gone in 3 years. Some of them folks will still be at the state. This is going to come up that you once defended something like this. So once you defend this, you are putting yourself firmly in a category indefinitely. So I don't think they're going to cover this. You don't want to put your name on something like this. Ain't no way you can defend this stupidity. I blame the Democrats for me posting racism. How are the Democrats? Listen, if let's say, for instance, when it comes to being a pedo, if you are not a pedo, nobody can make you post pedo shit. You're saying you blame the Democrats for you posting. If you are not a racist, nobody can make you do that. You're only going to do that because some of that shit is in you. So good luck blaming the Democrats. You are doing it. If you are doing it, you're doing it because you want to do it. If we lose America, we lose America. Well, let's hope we don't lose America. MAGA isn't tired of the racism. Well, maybe some people perhaps are saying this is what we voted for. Let me go straight to the box. We'll start out with Badass. Good evening, Badass. Welcome to the program.
You sorry ass Uncle Ruckus.
I didn't expect it to be you.
Yeah, it's me, but look at you with your bald-headed ass. Look at you. Let me tell you something. You better, I said, you better not defend this. I'll come through like Ghost Dad, and I'll choke you the fuck out. I'll make you turn white.
Okay. Let me give it a shot.
Look at this.
Let me give it a shot. Hold on. Let me give it a shot.
Look at this. Before I forget, Gen X, your sorry ass boyfriend that you be sucking cock with. Let me tell you, he's in there laughing. He's in there laughing, thinking this shit's funny. And that's your fucking homie.
Well, it is funny to MAGA. MAGA likes this shit.
You know what? I wish a motherfucker would come up to me and say that was funny, and I'll pop they fucking teeth out.
Okay, but don't get yourself censored. Don't talk violence. But let me go here. Since you said I don't want to defend it, but let's just have a conversation. Maybe Trump has been on a safari throughout his life. Maybe he's an animal lover, and he just wanted to portray Democrats in the.
Can I just smack you the fuck out, oh God? Can I just do some DB on you?
Maybe he
I
just
really want to pop you upside. You know, I have a thing of grits coming.
Oh, come on.
And hot and cheesy. I will fuck you up.
Come on, be nice. Maybe the guy just.
No, I'm not gonna be nice. That's a right. I told you, little mofo looking, Uncle Ruckus looking ass. I said they walk like a duck, you talk like a duck, he's a duck, quack quack. And that mofo, I told you, he's been racist from day one. He's been racist. Oh no, he's not racist. You're just making this shit up. Booyah, cuz, right there.
Okay, then I have to ask you, how does something like this equate to him not liking black people? What this doesn't say he doesn't like blacks.
Really? Calling us fucking monkeys? That's why I call them. That's why, oh God, I call them cornstarch monkeys. Right there. I call them cornstarch ass monkeys. Because I tell you, they come for us. I tell you the racism. And I throw their racism right back in their face. I call them cornstarch monkeys. I call them those cockroaches from the sea. I do. I gotta be nice.
But wait a minute. What about him and Obama are obviously adversaries. Why does him making fun of Obama got to pertain to the whole black race?
Really, Tim? I know you. Oh,
you asked for this shit.
You really are for the peanut gallery, aren't you?
You asked for this shit.
You really are for the peanut gallery. What the? That is an insult to every black and brown person. That's what they called us.
I wasn't.
You know what I mean? Come on, man, Tim.
I was not. Listen, I was not defending him. I was not defending him. You asked for this shit. I was holding him accountable.
I didn't vote for that. I voted for her. I voted for a beautiful black woman that would have put us in this situation. I voted for her that would give people $25,000 to get into a damn home. I didn't vote for none of this shit. You know who voted for this shit? The racists. The ones that didn't want a black woman in damn office. The ones that sat the hell out. It had no vote. That's the ones that did this shit to us.
But wait a minute. You do understand our commander-in-chief, President Trump, has stated he's done more for blacks than anybody since Abraham Lincoln.
I want to know where. Where? Tell me, Timmy. Tell me, Timmy, you Uncle Ruckus, with the shove down your damn throat, you're gagging on it. Tell me, where did he go? Where has he done for us lately? You feel me? What has he done for us? I mean, hello.
Well, his suggestion is he's not only allocated money to historically black colleges and universities.
Oh, here we go.
He also. Listen, I'm not saying I agree with it, but I do have to pose it. You asked the question. He is also.
That's not even what he did. Thank you very much.
You asked. He also.
He took it out. They put it back in, and tell me why. When they took it back, they put it back in. They put it for only the colleges with black people in it. Give me a fucking break. Biden, Sleepy Joe, as you guys put him out to be, gave more to black colleges than any other president. Shut the fuck up.
Let me just say something for folks who are watching us with this exchange. I don't want to defend this shit. She challenged me, and she's making me use my head to defend the indefensible.
You don't got a head.
I didn't want to. You're the one that came on here. You're the one that came.
In a black man's body. You should go drink some more bleach. How about that?
You're the one that came on here. I was fine holding him accountable for this bullshit. You're the one that came on here.
You're gonna be on your knees by the end of this fucking show. You're gonna be.
I'm not doing that.
Yes, you will.
I was
Yes,
holding
you
the
will.
man. I was doing an ample job of holding him accountable.
Let me tell you something. I've been told your Uncle Ruckus looking fat ass that mofo was being racist. Being racist. And I told you from the get-go, they got him for being racist. They voted for him for being racist. And what I tell you, oh, you said, no, Sharon, people got voted for, no. You know, motherfuckers are even defending this shit. They are defending this. Like your little white trailer, you know what? In there, the one that will put you in the tree, your little homie, Proud Boys, he's over there laughing at the crap.
Well, listen,
he's your homie.
Well,
He'll put you in the tree. I want to eat his fucking barbecue.
Let me make something clear. While you're pointing out racism, you realize a whole bunch of people laugh at some of the things you say that people see as racist as well.
I give it right back at him. See, let me tell you something. You are a Democrat that does this, okay?
I don't do any of that.
I'm not a nice Democrat, okay? I guess I'm a freaky Christian, but I'm not a nice Democrat. I would take you to the pits of hell. You feel what I'm saying? Because you put us in this situation. So I go down to the pits of hell and I take them with me. And I will show them what they really are. And I give two F's about that. You feel me? Only thing that's good about me is I'm a freaky leaky. You feel me?
Well, while you're getting freaky, your friend...
I'm a white man. I'm not only on black men. Hallelujah.
Your friend Gen X wants you to know I'm not just laughing, I'm dying laughing. So
you know what? He's not my friend, so don't ever call that guy. I promise you. And if my ally was drowning and he was on fire, I'll pick my drowning ally. Thank you. I'll put gasoline on him. Thank you.
So how do you respond, though, to folks who might suggest that, listen, Trump does not like Obama. He does not like Michelle Obama. But what he is saying about them, how he is depicting them, has nothing to do with everybody else that's black.
Are you really on your knees again? Are you truly
I'm
on
just
your
asking.
knees again?
I'm asking.
He's racist. This right here just went to the whole new level of racism. The first administration, there was good people on both sides. Then he did the damn the white, the white man saying that, white T power, okay, triple K power. Now this. He's always been this. I don't understand why he just his ass, his cock ain't that damn big, it's too damn small. That's what the damn porn star said.
Then how do you respond to the fact that some of the stuff like the white power video you mentioned, he increased his support from African Americans after that? A lot of blacks, Hispanics voted for him.
No, not a lot of blacks, 20%, and most of them was black men. And those 20% of black men are rejects. They are like the interbred of the black community. These mofos thought that they was going to get a PPE check. These mofos thought that they were going to get next to whiteness so damn bad that, yes, master, the house ninjas. Let's keep it a buck. I go straight ham on their asses.
Here's what I don't get. We have a white guy in office, President Biden, and he ends up doing better with African Americans than Kamala Harris.
Maybe. Do you know why?
No, I know why. She was a bad candidate. I keep saying that.
You know what? I'm gonna punch you through the damn phone. Like, you know what? I'm like, go down. Yeah, me and you gonna meet one day. You promised me. I'm coming up there because I gotta be up there for a damn adoption. I'm coming up there and I'm gonna strangle your ugly ass.
I want you to.
My damn nerves on God because she wasn't a bad candidate. Pookie.
Tell me how the hell this young black woman gets less votes from blacks than an old white man.
She really didn't. No, 89% of black men voted for her. Over 90% of black white men voted for her. You're not hearing what
I'm saying. You're not hearing what I'm saying.
Because they are racist, they're bigots. What is that called when you're sexist? They didn't want to see a woman in office. Oh, God forbid. God forbid. They said that she was going to start a war. How many wars are we going to go in right now? Huh? Oh, they were doing trade war. They was worried about her doing a trade war. How many goddamn trade wars are we in now? Tim, Uncle Ruckus. Why so much? Do you realize how he effed us in the ass without lube? all the jobs.
None of that is explaining.
All the jobs that Biden did is going bye-bye.
None of that none of that. Absolutely, you can talk how you want, but none of that is explaining how Kamala Harris got less votes than the old white man.
I just told you, you numbnut. You bag of dum-dum.
You didn't tell me shit. You were just talking.
Yeah, I told you the racism, the sexism, and the black men had oh my God, I will, a black woman in charge. Oh, I don't want that. Yeah, it is. What the fuck?
So you're telling me black men would rather see Biden in office than a black woman in Kamala Harris?
Yep, because he was a man.
Because she was a bad candidate. She was a bad candidate.
I swear to God, on your Uncle Ruckus looking fuck, I'm going to choke you I promise you, on my set. Cause I will come and I'll choke you the hell out. You're getting on my damn nerves, on God. You really are. Like, you're taking my highness and I'm blowing it. And I have some good fucking blood up in this on my ass. And your ass is you're throwing me for a loop. Like, I need to go and smoke another blunt messing with you. So that's why I can't be with Uncle Ruckuses like you. That's why I can't. Because you out here say, oh, she's a bad candidate. No, the one that just sucking cock on, the one right there that's in office that did that, he's a bad candidate. Thank you.
I don't listen. I'm not defending Trump whatsoever.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
You're putting that mofo saying, "Oh, well, he's a good candidate."
They took out Gangsta Grandma. I don't know why. Well, I guess I do. Gangsta Grandma never gets to finish a conversation. Gangsta, you always welcome back. She don't like my point on many things at all, but Gangsta Grandma is a friend of the program. Unfortunately, Big Dog says good riddance. Damn, Big Dog. But unfortunately, the app took her off. By the way, tap the screen, get us on up to 45,000. We'll go to the next caller. That's what Trump thinks about Black History Month. Yeah, Trump is no fan of anything celebratory or honoring the Black community. I think that's clear. We talked about on Juneteenth, him taking to social media and indicating we have too many holidays and something needs to change if we want to make America great again. Did not acknowledge Juneteenth at all. No happy Juneteenth, nothing. Of course, MLK Day just passed last month. Once again, he did not even acknowledge it. And now we're in Black History Month. And once again, his spokesperson, what is her name? What is it? Caroline Steve? What is her name? Caroline Levitt or whatever her name is. They said they're not going to address Black History Month at all either. So, and that's in addition to him taking down exhibits at the Smithsonian and things like that. Of course, we can talk about DEI and affirmative action. He does not favor anything that is celebratory or honoring the Black community, Black history, things like that. He does not like that shit. I think that's pretty clear and hard to explain otherwise. Anyway, looking in the comments though, yes, gas did go down. Yeah, gas is going down. We'll give him that. But in terms of what we're talking about, it doesn't apply. By the way, folks, this is free speech. If you enjoy dialogue from all sides of the aisle without anybody being block banned or censored, you are in the right place. You can be critical of anybody on this program. I'm going to ask if you're watching. Follow us if you tuned in on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook. And if you're currently watching on YouTube, give your boy a sub. Thank you for your level head opinion, says Brandon Childers. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. He honors life, has nothing to do with color. Call it what you want. Call it what you want. But if him not speaking up on MLK Day at all is honoring life, I guess if that's what you want to call it, I don't think the Black community is going to see that. I mean, if you want to take down exhibits that give tributes to slavery and things like that, but you want to put back up tributes that honor Confederate soldiers, and somehow that's honoring life, you're honoring life, but you're honoring one type of life, in my opinion. That's what I see. You're honoring life, but that life must look a certain way. There shouldn't be a Black History Month. American history is Black history. You know, Black History Month was created for a reason. It's like there shouldn't be a BET, a Black Entertainment Television. The fact is, if you grew up in school, let's say before the era of Roots, 1970s, Alex Haley, Roots became a miniseries. They didn't talk about slavery in schools at all. There's just so many aspects of Black history that just simply was not discussed. Like, for instance, my viewer says Black history, or better yet, Black history is American history. Then why speak out against honoring the day Blacks gained freedom? Why would you be against Juneteenth? July 4th, 1776, Independence Day. Is there anybody that believed that meant freedom for Black folks? Why would you be against Juneteenth when you know certain groups in this country received freedom well after Independence Day? There was thank you for that. Whoever just put that English-looking wig on Michelle Obama. Who did that? Alter ego. That was funny. They picked Michelle Obama to do it, so thank you. But yeah, I mean, Independence Day has no relevance to Black history at all. It did whatever you were living like July 3rd, 1776, your life didn't change at all July 4th, 1776, if you were a person of color. You were a slave before, you're a slave now. Didn't mean anything. Juneteenth, it did mean something. So the idea that it's all this, no, it's not all the same. MLK Day was removed from the National Park Service's list of free admission. Bet y'all did. Yeah, we did know. It was discussed as another reason for why it appeared to be targeted. It was discussed, Gen X. By the way, let me go back to the box. We'll make it happen. We'll go with Sherbert. Good evening, Sherbert. Welcome. I don't know if it'll bring them up. I'm having trouble tapping on it. Let's try there again. Sherbert, good evening.
How's it going, Tim?
I don't even know, man. You heard about this?
I mean, I'm hearing it from you, and as I opened up TikTok, Gen X tagged me in his post of that photo.
But what did Gen X say about it? Gen X is an interesting character.
I mean, his post on there just said, I know Handsome Liberal is going to talk about this on today's show or something. And I commented back, yeah, everybody knows you're an asshole, and everybody knows Trump is an asshole.
I wasn't going to go lie.
He's a fucking culture war troll.
Well, he's a troll, no doubt. But how do you respond to folks who will suggest he is not a racist? He's not intolerant. That's all he is a troll. What say you?
By the things he said, I'm pretty sure he's racist. He's just friendly with you.
Oh, you mean Gen X? I thought you meant Trump.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean both of them.
Oh, you think Gen X is racist?
I mean, I know Trump is a racist. I believe Gen X is a racist.
Why do you say you know Trump is? What has Trump done to make you say that?
I'm not going over all this again, Tim. He's done so much, and this is just one of the cherries on top of it. We've talked about this at least 20 different fucking times. There's no question about it.
Are we talking recent shit, or you're going back to him not renting apartments in Central Park 5? So all of it.
All of it. There's literally, if you do a quick cursory look, there's something literally every 5 years since the redlining.
I seen him on stage shaking hands with Nicki Minaj. She's not white. He's showing her love.
Yeah. She also paid for that gold card, and it wasn't even a real gold card.
Yeah, but back during the era of racism, our money was not good with racists. Her money is good with Trump. So clearly he's different. I mean, are you sure he's racist?
99% sure. I'll give him 1% chance leeway.
I see Takesha in the comments saying, shut up. I don't know. I mean, listen. This here is hard to defend. I'm just going to be clear with you. It is hard to defend.
And yet you keep trying.
I'm trying, only because Gangsta Grandma took a swing at me. Look, this is bad. When Tim Scott comes up and says this shit is racist, you know it's bad. Tim Scott don't call Trump out for much, and Tim Scott don't call it out. So I can't defend it with any significance, but there's a lot of MAGA that are saying, look, it was just meant to be a joke.
That's what they say about literally everything until it happens. And then they go, oh, no, we were supposed to. That's what we meant the entire time. About everything Trump says. I'm so tired of this. This is just another puzzle piece in the collage of shit posting that he does.
But you do realize, like Gangsta Grandma did not want to admit, that he received additional votes from minority communities, and including blacks, as opposed to Kamala Harris. Her vote with the black community was less, I believe, less than Biden.
You do know misogyny exists, right? I know you know this. And so it doesn't matter. She still got a fuck ton of the percentage of black people votes. But just because she got less doesn't mean she didn't get the wide majority of that. Stop pretending like she got.
No,
like
I'm not
45%.
arguing it. I'm not. Any Democrat's going to get the wide variety of African American votes. But the idea that the white dude before her, that was a Democrat, got more votes from the African American community than her, and she claims to be she is African American. That speaks volumes. That's why I was telling my last guest. I think she was a bad candidate. Something's got to be.
And you're wrong about that, Tim. Just because she was a woman, the same way they wouldn't like a gay black person, doesn't like gay black man that vote was running for it. She still would have lost that probably same percentage point less. It doesn't fucking matter. People are shitty people just because they don't like something.
Well, when I'm saying that she's a bad candidate, it's not because of her sex or any of that. It's because of things she, not holding enough speeches, not being on TV, not going on male-oriented podcasts, getting on television saying you wouldn't do anything different than Biden. Even a man of any race, color, sexual orientation, those would be bad things to say. So I'm not judging her on who she is or her looks. I'm judging her on what she did when running a campaign.
But the reason she got those percentage points less is because she was a woman. I'm not going to say anything more about that because that's what happened.
So you think
when
a man...
ask any of them, they just say, oh no, I can't trust a woman. What happens during the 1 week of the month? It's dumb. I'm fucking done with this, Tim.
Yeah, I do get a lot of men that don't like women running for office. I mean, I haven't, something though, I have not had a lot of liberal men saying they would not vote for a woman. It's generally folks on the right. So I still don't understand why she received less votes, from the black community than Biden did. I mean, because if we just keep it on the liberal side of the aisle, I don't see why her voting total went down.
Man, it's pretty clear, Tim. They just don't want a woman in there. And it's the same thing with racist people where they may not, Gen X will tell you straight up, but most people won't tell you that they're racist. And so they're not going to admit to you on here that they didn't vote for her because she was a woman.
Well, let me say it like this. Now, Hillary Clinton came along after Barack Obama. I don't think Hillary Clinton did very poorly with African-American men. I think she probably did better than Kamala Harris.
I don't know the numbers on that one. I
don't either, but I'm just guessing. I would have to look it up to confirm it. But I believe Hillary Clinton did better with African Americans than Kamala Harris, and to me, that also speaks volumes. If that is the case, I'd have to look it up, but I don't know. I really do think Kamala Harris got some things wrong. Certainly during the time when Biden's poll numbers were not good, to get up there and say I wouldn't do anything different, I don't think it was the right path to take.
Whatever, Tim. I'm just so tired of this. All they have is culture wars. And this is just another tick in that wall. Who gives a shit? The same way transgender came up a billion fucking times during the election, when it really doesn't fucking matter. This is another one of those things. Oh, he did a racist thing. The people that will always support him will not care about this. They're just going to laugh like fucking Gen X. I'm sure if MAGA Reacts comes on here, he's going to say, oh, it was just a joke. Don't take it so seriously. Fuck you guys.
Well, look,
you've already proven to be terrible people if you still support Trump at this point.
Well, look, I don't see the humor in it. I'll agree with you. I don't see the humor in it either. To me, it looks exactly like how the left is portraying it. I don't, like I said earlier in the show, portraying, African Americans as primates has been considered a racist thing to do for it probably at least 100 years. So my take on it is, now you're saying Trump is a racist, but my take on it is he either is that or he wants people to believe he is that. Because I don't see anybody white being able to do this and not have that label affixed to them. So apparently he at least wants people to think he's racist.
Now, Tim, have you seen Tom Homan do the Sig Heil?
Yes. Yes, I did. I meant to do a short on it in addition to Elon Musk and all. Yeah, I seen him do it. Yeah.
Everyone in his administration keeps doing shit like this. They're proven to be terrible fucking people. And you will never convince me otherwise.
Well, the Tom Homan issue, though, there's going to be pushback because Tom Homan not only worked for Obama, received awards from Obama for his immigration efforts. So
cool. I don't trust people after they've proven themselves to be terrible people. After Elon Musk got in so much fucking hot water over him doing it, And then all these other people just come out and go, no, this is fine. I can do whatever now.
Well,
the same way I was saying, they're probably not going to tell you they're racist until they think everyone is okay with it. Tom Homan, I'm sure, was going to do that all the time, but then put on the good show for Barack. And then now he's able to do whatever the fuck he wants.
Is it possible you could have a raised palm just by accident saying hi to people?
Fuck you, Tim. Fuck you. I'm not playing this game.
Maybe that day you showed them a sword. How you guys are doing? I mean,
fuck you. I'm not playing that game.
So
it's very clear. And it's very clear on every one of these assholes that do it lately.
Well, I will say Elon Musk did it with vigor. So Tom Homan was kind of doing it on stage kind of gently. Elon Musk did it with vigor. So it was obvious Elon Musk was doing
vigor
it
as well.
Huh?
Steve Bannon also did it with vigor.
Yeah. Like I said, we have these shows. We try to see both sides of issues and things like that. But I do have to concede the point you're making this is happening a whole lot. I mean, I'm having to defend this shit a whole lot more than I should. And it is getting to the point where it's starting to look fucking obvious. I think that the Trump administration, as I said, they don't want to hide it. But there are supporters that want to defend it and deflect it somewhere else. But I think the Trump administration, I think if you leave it up to Trump, look, the man ain't got nothing to lose. Fuck him. I don't think he cares. I mean, because when the whole white nationalist argument came up and they were trying to pin all kinds of labels on Trump, Trump did say something to the effect of, fuck it, I'm a nationalist then. I don't think Trump actually cares. I think that if you got a reporter or got him in a one-on-one setting and you question him, he would be kind of like Samuel. You're damn right I did it, and I hope they burn in hell. I think it would be very similar to that. I don't think he would
just
deny it.
Pivot because he doesn't answer questions, Tim. He just goes, but what about this? Oh, I'm totally allowed to because of blah blah blah.
Ask him after the midterms when certainly if he wins, certainly if the Republicans win the midterm. Right now he has something that he's trying to get. He's trying to get Republicans reelected because that's going to be to his own detriment if it goes left. After that, after those midterms over with, I don't think there's not any reason to deny it at that point. I don't think that I think he would answer that in a way you wouldn't expect.
I don't think his dimension-addled brain is going to be able to answer any questions after the midterms.
What are you suggesting?
He's going downhill quick.
Everybody keeps
answer questions without shitting himself.
Everybody keeps saying that, but fact is, Trump holds press conferences like no. Biden couldn't do this shit. He can go on TV and talk for hours, and the next day do the same damn thing, and the next day get on an international flight. He has stamina that I did not see out of Biden. None of the 4 years Biden was in office. Yet you guys keep saying he's having major health issues. Then he's going to go out standing up. Then
cool. I hope it's soon.
Damn, Sherbert.
I will take Biden with his cancer right now over Trump. 1,000%.
I understand it. Rafe the Goat says, I don't think it was about that. She was a woman. I think it was about she wasn't the woman. I don't know.
They wouldn't have accepted anyone. AOC, Jasmine Crockett, any other woman of any kind of power, they still fucking hate to this day. So it doesn't matter which woman. That's a dumb answer to that.
So you feel confident Michelle Obama couldn't do it either then?
No, absolutely not. I would vote for her, but I know she wouldn't win.
Wow. Just because she's so this country is that sexist. No woman could win that position, at least for now. You believe that? No woman could do it.
100%. Same way we're still a racist country.
I think a woman could get it. I actually do think. I mean, what about Condoleezza Rice? No chance, huh? Back in the day, not now, of course. The MAGA side has went too far to the right. They're way right of Condoleezza Rice, but during her heyday, you don't think she could have pulled it off?
No, because they were still just as bigoted then as they are now. Actually, even more. People have come more to the center. But since Trump has shown that nothing matters, they're way more vocal about it.
And I see in the comments, Luis Miguel says AOC 2028, right? 2038. Well, I mean, she could run in 2038 with 2036 or 2040, but you're saying AOC, no chance at all, Sherbert?
I'd vote for her, but it doesn't matter because we would still need at least 2-3 more terms before people could even come around enough to that.
I'll tell you something. If the Hispanics and African Americans don't represent a large portion of the voting population, even if they all show up and vote, and they don't normally all show up and vote with any regularity either. But I'll say if the African American population, if the Hispanic population, which does represent a higher percentage of the vote, and white liberals all banded together, I think you could put a woman in there, but they'd have to show up and vote reliably. Because there's a lot of white liberals. I mean, that's going to represent the biggest portion of this. But it's the Hispanic population, which many of them have been voting right. I don't know how much of a stronghold the Republicans will have on the Hispanic population going forward, but I think it could happen if the liberal populations actually got together. But a lot of the sexism you're talking about must actually be on the left.
I mean, that is on all sides.
Well, yeah, I see somebody coming. I think Michelle is probably the only one that could win right now, says Shanti. Well, Michelle Obama
she could win because she doesn't want it.
Yeah, she made it clear she does. Listen, there's a lot of drama involved in being at that level. I mean, you see Marjorie Taylor Greene recently stepped out. She got rid of her business and everything. I mean, she was receiving death threats. I mean, you think what she received is bad. Michelle Obama running? Wow, it would be bad.
At least she's not. At least both of the Obamas are in the Epstein files.
Well, according to
so maybe they'd have a better chance.
Well, according to many folks on the right, Trump is not in the Epstein files with any significance. That is a sinister laugh, if I must say so myself. But they say Trump is not really in there, and the liberals are just trying to make a. Let me ask you to you this in regards to that, though. There wasn't a big fuss on the left about Epstein shit until Trump became president. Why is that?
I don't know. Well, mostly I didn't understand how pervasive it was because we didn't have all the information. And then now that Ghislaine Maxwell's case was over, we're getting way, way more. And so now that it's hit the light of day, there's no way to look past it. Where before you could go, well, that might just be conspiracy theories. It's turned out most of that shit was true.
Well, I don't know if we're ever going. We may end up knowing eventually, but it will be after the Trump administration. That's when you will. You got to get somebody in there that don't have a large connection to the powerful and elite, like Obama when he first became president. Hell, they were still paying off student loans and shit. They didn't have a connection to all that shit. Unfortunately, most of these folks that become president have a connection to, the elite, the wealthy class and things like that. So they got people to protect. You'd have to have somebody that has no connection, nothing to lose, and he actually ran on revealing that stuff. If they don't get shot.
Smith to be the attorney general next.
Who?
I want Jack Smith to be the attorney general next.
Why do you want Jack Smith? What has he done other than prosecuted by Trump?
He worked in The Hague going after terrorists, I believe. And he's shown himself not to quiver when people start yelling at him. Yeah. And so he'll actually get shit done and not just back down.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Jack Smith. And by the way, Blue One Banks, appreciate that. You had it, everybody else. I don't know. Jack Smith. No.
Yeah, what? What do you got?
Yeah. And the problem was we didn't vote like she didn't run. Yeah, gun B 336. Yeah, but that's what I say. She was a bad candidate. She did not energize even African Americans to go out and vote for her. Like Obama energized African Americans to go out and vote. Kamala Harris did not do that. So that's why I say she's a bad. She couldn't even energize what some would say is her own people. So that's why I'm saying I think she was a bad candidate. Sure, but I got to move it on. Let me ask you before I let you go, though, because Kamala Harris is energizing her social media campaign. I heard that yesterday before I went on air. Any chance she runs again? We know she wanted it at least. She doesn't. You hope she doesn't because of what?
She'll be too much of a distraction.
Distraction how?
Everyone already has a preconceived mindset against her when it comes to the opposition. And so we need somebody else that doesn't already have so much bad press. I think she's a good candidate. I voted for her. I'd vote for her again. But because there is already so much preconceived notions in MAGA's side and all of the independent side, it's going to be fighting another uphill battle versus we should just be sliding down a black diamond slope towards the victory at this point with how with how bad MAGA has been and how bad this administration.
Well, when you say having baggage, I mean, whoever MAGA puts up, it's going to be somebody with baggage. JD Vance, it could be Rubio. Anybody they put up is probably going to be tied. Just like when the Bush administration left, and I think was it McCain or whoever ran out there. I mean, you're tied to voting in favor of Bush policies. So whoever the right puts up, they're going to be okay. You voted against women's right to choose, or you voted against the LGBTQ community, or you voted in favor of what ICE has been doing. I mean, they're going to be tied to all of that shit. So yeah, Kamala Harris may have some baggage, but she's going to be running against somebody that has a lot of it too.
But we need to be able to just black diamond ski down that slope right into victory with this. And if we can avoid more obstacles, the more we should do.
Any suggestions of anybody you might? Well, you said Jack Smith.
Well, for Attorney General, I'm not saying for president.
Oh, for president. Any suggestions?
I mean, I like Tim Walz, but I don't know. We'll have to see who ends up going up for it.
Well, he got a lot of baggage now too, with the whole Somali fraud thing being pinned on him.
Anyways, never forget, JD Vance killed the Pope.
Sherbert, thanks for coming through. Oh my God. All right, by the way, folks, tap the screen. Get your boy on up to 85,000. There's only one person in there more than Trump. You're talking about in the Epstein files. Who is in the Epstein files more than Trump? Is it Epstein? Because I think they said Trump is mentioned in the Epstein files like 30-some-odd thousand times. I don't get why he didn't end up getting arrested. Like, because obviously you're not going to be in the files that much unless the feds are really studying you. I mean, I don't understand how he escaped arrest, to be honest with you. 38,000 is what Jennifer says. If he was in the files 38,000 times, God damn, you just hanging around, huh? Watching the game with him, huh? Like 38,000 times? Wow. I'll be curious to know how many times Bill Clinton is in there, but I don't know if anybody's keeping track. Yes, only Epstein himself, says Josh. That's crazy. The man is obviously enjoying what Epstein has to offer. That's the only thing I can think of. But yet, folks suggest that Trump never went to the island. 38,000? God damn. Anyway, tap the screen, get the likes on up to 85,000. We'll take the next caller. I live in Minnesota, and Walz is a horrible governor, says Brogan Moser. Well, the issue is, no matter what state you live in, there's somebody you can find that will suggest that the governor there is horrible. I'm not saying he is a great governor. I'm not in Minnesota. But I've talked to plenty of Minnesotans that liked him. Go figure. I mean, he's a true blue politician. Broger, you're saying he's a horrible governor. My question is, what are your politics? Do you lean right or left? That may be telling on why you think that. Roxy Breezy says it's unacceptable. It's not surprising, but it is completely inappropriate. He's getting desperate to deflect from the Epstein. I don't believe this is in regards to why Trump posted this. Many folks are suggesting that everything from this to Venezuela to Iran, hell, even I had somebody tell me today, even Savannah Guthrie's mom being kidnapped is all deflection from Epstein files. I don't think it's necessary. I really don't. For folks who say that everything is a deflection, I don't think MAGA gives a shit about the Epstein stuff. I really don't. Not enough of them to matter. I mean, they're not going to switch over and vote for Kamala or Biden or the liberals who they think is destroying the damn country, letting everybody in unvetted. I don't think they're going to support that. I think how many times do I have to say it's a 90-10 issue? 90% of what Trump has done for America is great. I'm not going to throw him under the bus for the other 10. I think that's the stance that MAGA takes. I don't care if MAGA saw him actually doing something with a minor. I don't think it's going to make a big difference. You know, it'll be, well, Clinton did it too, and y'all supported him. It would be something else. Biden sniffed people's hair, and y'all didn't run from him. I mean, it would be something like that. I don't believe it would really make a big difference. I really don't. Let's go, Trumperians. We know what's better for America. That's the point. That's what I'm saying. They would look. He's the best president we've ever had. Look, everybody has something bad in their past. Nobody's perfect, and that would be the stance on it. Trump told us to stop talking about the Epstein file, says E. Jackson. Yes, he did very early on in his second term. I think a month or two after he was in there, he was already talking about stop talking about it. It was very, very early on. Kanye West for president. Who the hell would vote for Kanye West? He's not even mentally stable. No, Kanye. I don't agree with you, Tim, but I subscribe to your right to say peace nonetheless. Thank you, Vincent. Feel free to state what you don't believe, you don't agree with. I'll tackle it. I understand nobody agrees with me on this program because I'm somewhat center on a lot of issues and people are in their camps at this point. So yes, moral standards have dropped off in the world. True. And Trump hasn't helped that. I'm not saying moral standards were not in jeopardy before Trump, but he absolutely has not helped that. In fact, for the bar of professionalism for a commander-in-chief, it doesn't exist with Trump. When you talk about professionalism for somebody in that position, the nation's highest office, Obama showed professionalism, Biden showed, it just doesn't exist with Trump. I mean, there is no bar for professionalism. I mean, he'll post a picture of, somebody being assassinated. If Charlie Kirk had been Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson or Whoopi Goldberg or some of the people that Trump don't like, I don't think he would have hesitated to post maybe even the assassination video online. There is no bar with President Trump. I don't believe that there's a bar with him. He does not care. He will post anything. He'll make fun of anything. Act 574 says he's racist as fuck and I'm white. Wow. Are you liberal or conservative though? Because white conservatives do not see it. I've never seen so many white liberals on social media claiming Trump is racist. They're white. There are plenty of white people that think Trump is racist, but they're generally liberal. I have not seen too many white conservatives, say things like, look, I'm a true blue conservative, but I've had to shy away from Trump because, I haven't seen that. It's generally liberals that are white that are saying that. We'll go back to the box. Trump with no guardrail says Deuce true. 88, here you go. Cedric Whitaker, 88% for Hillary, 82% Kamala, neither got a turnout. So Hillary Clinton did, that's 6 percentage points according to your post. Hillary Clinton did do better than Kamala Harris. Is that what African Americans? Let me know. Is that what African? The racist card is getting old with you people, says Freak Show. Look, the racist card has always been old. I mean, when Martin Luther King was using the racist card, they were saying it's been old from day one. The idea that African Americans and people of color complain about every damn thing being racist, that argument is as old as people complaining about things being racist. There's no point in history where minorities were not complaining about racist shit and a segment of the white community saying, I don't know what the fuck they complaining about or why. That's all. Hell, even during slavery, they're getting a free place to stay. They're getting free meals. I don't get what they're complaining. I mean, it's always been that case. But I will say this in regards to the racism argument getting old. Some of it is politics. People do what works for clicks and likes and all of that shit. There are people that will claim racism because the sky has no black clouds. But I always say, if you are somebody on the right debating with somebody on the left, eventually somebody on the left is going to call you a racist. If you are somebody on the left debating with somebody on the right, eventually somebody on the right is going to call you a socialist or a communist. This is just politics. Everything on the right is often called racist. Everything on the left is often called socialist or communist. Both words are getting played. But the idea that we're only going to say it about racism, the right calls every damn thing socialism too. You do the same thing. Let me go back to the box. We showed them all the time, but won't fix it, says James Harper. Those who say this is funny are so racist and ignorant. It's not funny. I don't see the humor in it. And I would admit it to a certain degree if I thought it was humorous, but I don't see any humor in what's this video of that. Like I said, it's been known for at least 100 years that comparing African Americans to primates is racist. So either Trump is what folks are saying he is, or he wants people to believe it. Handsome conservative. Good evening.
Well, you did it.
What did I do?
You convinced me. Between you and Gangster Grandma and that gentleman, I apologize, I don't know what his name was. The gentleman you talked to just a little moment ago.
Sherbert, what did we convince you of?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to change my profile. I'm going to become the handsome Democrat.
Are you for real?
I'm for real. I'm going to even vote for Kamala Harris.
Now, you voted for you voted for Trump only once, right?
Yes, I only voted for Trump the first time, not the second or the third time. And no, he did not win the second time.
But you're not voting for no Kamala Harris. Well, she's not running anyway. You're not voting Democrat. You're bullshitting, right?
Fuck no, I'm not. Yes, I'm bullshitting. Come on, man. I'm not.
I don't know.
I'm not
Shit,
Gangster Grandma.
Okay. So let's discuss what's at play here. Folks are saying that this is racist. What's your opinion?
Okay. Here's what I'm going to tell you. First of all, I saw the whole video. Okay, so I watched the whole thing. If I were to watch your show and look at this one picture.
Well, hold on. I made it clear in the beginning of the show that this is part of a video. In fact, I even.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Okay.
Can I finish what I was saying?
Go ahead.
Okay. I apologize, but I didn't mean to be an asshole there. But what I was trying to say is if I was to look at this one clip, I would immediately jump to this is racist as hell. But having seen the whole thing, there was a black turtle. Is that racist? there was a fucking Wemu ostrich fucking thing. That's not racist. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
It was cruel. It was mean, but it was not racist.
Okay. Well, let me respond by saying this. Let's say I did a whole montage of jokes about the Republican Party. Now the difference is with the Democrat Party, you do have all this diversity. So you can, if I did one of the Republican Party, I mean because everybody's white, but let's say that I picked Tim Scott or Byron Donalds. I picked some Marco Rubio's Hispanic, and I did animals just like they did. But let's say I was doing it with grocery store items. So I depicted Marco Rubio as a soda. Maybe I depict Byron Donalds as a piece of chicken or something, and I depict Trump as a cracker. You don't think the right would say anything about that? It would just be comical. I deliberately chose a cracker for him.
Tim, you're right. You're right. The right would say that is racist.
Okay,
I am a conservative. Right. What I am saying is, if you made that video, I would say it was cruel. I would say it was uncalled for, but I would also say it was not racist because it wasn't just if it was just these two as monkeys. Okay, I believe one's an ape and one's a monkey, right? If it was just that, then yeah, straight out it would be racist. But it wasn't just that. It was in bad taste, but it was not racist. I would not agree with putting it up there or doing that.
I want to ask you. I actually played this earlier because I want to. If you have that opinion on that. Did you see the video of Trump posting people yelling white power? This is a little bit older. Have you ever seen that before?
Okay. I have seen many videos, probably not the one you're about to
let me play it for you because I want to get your opinion on it, but I want to make sure you actually see it first because I guess the question I want to know is why is he doing this stuff? I mean, look, if you're not something, why are you almost indicating? It almost seems like you're trying to portray something that you claim you're not.
spike in cases is tied to reopening. So that is something that we've seen the vice president push back on.
Well, Nicole, the president also retweeted a disturbing video on Sunday morning. It's since been taken down, but it shows an elderly white supporter of his shouting white power. I want to play an excerpt. Take a listen.
White power! Yes, there you go, white power. You hear that?
Okay.
So, Nicole, what does the White House have to say about the president retweeting that video?
Well, first and foremost, the president has since taken down that retweet, but the White House did put out a statement saying that the president did not hear the one statement that was made on the video.
Now, do you believe he posted that himself and did not hear the people yelling white power? Is that believable?
Okay. Before I answer that, can I ask you a question about that guy in the cart that said white power?
Sure.
Who was that? He looked familiar.
Those are Trump supporters down in
senator?
No, he's just a Trump supporter down in the villages. This was him down in Florida.
Okay. There's no question about that. That's completely racist. Every white man knows that white power is like white privilege. It doesn't exist. Okay? It's a made up story. He was racist. He was doing that because he wanted his 5 seconds of fame. And
yeah, but why would the president post it?
I don't know why the president would post it. I don't stand with Trump on everything.
I'm not saying you stand with Trump. I'm just trying to figure out, do you see Trump as racist? Why would a president of the United States post that?
I see Trump like this. I see Trump as an everyman that was lucky enough to get elected as the president. He may be the president, but he's still who he always was. And if he has racist tendencies, he has racist tendencies. I thought personally the video you showed me was racist. That's racism.
So how about what I just said? And I see Denkel, good to see you. Thank you for your support, definitely. Said, why did they take it down if it was so innocent? That's a good question. Why is he taking these videos down? You hear this one got taken down as well, with Trump saying he didn't hear the white power. Why is if you?
I did not know.
Yes, well, he took this one down, and he took the monkey pic, took the ape video down as well. If you, why not stand by what's on your page? Why are you taking them down?
Oh, that's easy. He's a fucking politician. Look, if that video had worked for him, if a bunch of white people had run out into the middle of the street and said, "Fucking right, white power, fucking right, amen." If they had done that, he'd have left the video up because it would have worked for him.
You do realize what you're saying. You do realize what you're saying. You're saying that he was attempting. He had a failed attempt that started some kind of racial conflict, is what you're saying.
Yes. That's. I mean, look at the video and tell
how
me.
He's a fucking racist based on your statements. He's a fucking racist then.
Yeah, Tim, I said he was a racist.
Oh,
I said it was racist.
Okay, so you do believe Trump. Video. So let me make sure I get clarity because you're moving. So you're saying you do believe Trump is a racist?
If he put that video up, that's a racist video, and yeah, that is racist. That is 100% racist. I'm not going to lie to you. I wouldn't do that. But the other one, I'm sorry, we're going to have to disagree on the jungle one with all the animals. Come on, Congress and the Senate are a bunch of animals. So,
look, I'm going to tell you this, handsome conservative. Like I've been saying throughout the program, it's been known for at least 100 years that if you compare black people to apes, it's considered as a racist trope. You can talk about, well, it's in the context of comparing other people to animals too. It is a racist trope if you do it. It's been known that way for at least 100 years. How anybody would make this video and pose them two as apes and not think that was you would if anybody, particularly somebody white, anybody would see this, and the first thing come to their mind is somebody gonna call us racist for doing this. I mean,
well, can I remind you of this real fast? The first time we ever talked, one thing I told you was it's if they can keep you and me fighting, okay, the people in power, if they can keep us fighting, then we're not concentrating on fixing the problem in Washington with the White House, the Senate, and the Congress. If they can keep you and me at each other's throat through videos that are meant to antagonize us, okay, then we're not going to be fighting the real fight. We're going to be fighting each other. That's all this is. It's a got you. It's a got you moment.
I don't disagree with you. That you kind of sound like what was it, General Milley, when he started saying he didn't like Trump because he was trying to make us all fight against each other. I mean, that's what it sounds like. What you're saying as well is that the president's goal is to make us all hate each other.
Trump, Obama, Clinton, Reagan, you name them.
They weren't doing. Wait, hold on a second. They weren't doing shit like this. Not even close. What are you talking about?
I mean, with every president, there is always something that comes out, okay, that makes two camps, you're the right and the left, and we're fighting each other over something we're arguing about on TV that they let slip. They let it slip so we don't fight them. We don't attack them.
I don't listen. If Obama designates, gay marriage as legal, that's going to create two camps. I get it if it's done by policy. Trump wants to secure the border. That's going to make two camps because some people favor immigrants, others want them out. But when you do some shit like this, the only purpose of this is to make. I don't see Obama or Bush doing stuff like this. This has no legitimacy in making the country great. The only purpose of this is to create division. I don't see where Bush or Obama or Biden did something with the sole purpose of creating division.
This is division. 100% agree with you. This is straight out division. This is me against you, you against me, white people against black people against white people. And at the same time, we're not fighting what they're doing.
So what the hell does he mean if he's deliberately stoking division? What the hell does he mean? What the hell does the hat mean about making America great again? Are we going to be great when we all hate each other?
No. What make America great again is a gimmick to get him elected. Okay? Nobody likes how things are now. Nobody wants to pay $2,500 a month for half of a house. Nobody wants to pay $600 for food. Okay, for a week. All right.
Is that improving under him?
Divided.
Is he improving those parameters?
No, he's not. It's a gimmick. It's a gimmick to get him elected. It's the same as the dance and the music and all of the promises. We're going to save money and then send you guys out STEMI checks.
So what are you saying that if you said it's a gimmick? So what you saying? He just sold us a bill of goods.
He does what all politicians do. Find what you want, promise it to you, and then get elected and not deliver.
Well, he still has almost 3 years to go. I mean, there is a chance he could deliver.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, dude. I think this is great. This is absolutely. I give up. I totally give up, man, because we're always going to fight each other. We're always going to be at each other's throat.
We don't have to be like that, though.
Since nobody wants to learn who the real enemy is, nobody has an interest in doing anything but fighting each other, then I say we get what we deserve.
Who is the real enemy?
4 years of Trump.
Who is the real enemy?
The real enemy is the House. The real enemy is the Senate. The real enemy is the president. Presidency. Okay. The real enemy is the ones that are making all these laws that are making it harder for us to survive and taking more from us.
How is the presidency and the House and Senate the enemy? What do you want to do? You want to get rid of government?
I want them to work for the people instead of their donors. And I say donors, but I mean the ones that bribe them.
Yeah.
They're all guilty, Democrat and Republican. I'm a conservative. I like to think for myself. I have conservative values, but I have my own brain. And I like to think for myself. I know who the enemy is. You're not my enemy. Gangster grandma?
Well, Gangster Grandma is passionate on the left. I mean, she's seen a lot that she don't like coming from the right, and it kind of leads her to go.
That was some tricky shit with her coming on here in another profile.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I saw you almost wet yourself. You're like, oh shit, what did I press?
Oh, yeah, I wasn't expecting. She comes out full barrels. I mean, you don't get a bell or anything. It's like getting in a boxing match and the referee don't even ring the bell. You're just getting hit.
Yeah, that's right. I know. I'm gonna go ahead and go, but I'm gonna hop on YouTube and I'm gonna give you a starter fund.
Thank you.
Because damn, you need some fucking money. Okay, and listen, you have a great night, man, and support your local liberal as always.
It's always a pleasure, handsome conservative. Thank you for coming through. Appreciate that. And looking in the comments, Blue One Bake says sometimes you deserve it. Okay. Well, Gangster Grandma, I can be as friendly as I want with Gangster Grandma. She still takes swings. Shirt 14 says, I think Gangster Grandma and handsome conservative kind of want the same thing. That's interesting. Tap the screen, get us on up to 115. And looking in the comments, tell him to come on over to this side if all it is coming together. What's he waiting for? Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Any comments? Let me go back to the box real quick. Tap the screen, get us on up to 115. That's crazy as hell, says Mike the Boss. Then hold them responsible to the people. We all just fighting amongst ourselves. I think it's kind of like my last caller stated, though. As long as you make some decent promises, people are not going to hold you accountable. They want the promises. I mean, like, for instance, President Trump promised to get rid of undocumented and illegal immigrants. And as long as he's doing that, I don't think folks are going to hold him accountable to the economy. Blue One Banks with the Galaxy. Shout out to you. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that indeed. Thank you for your support. I didn't ask again tomorrow. I certainly forgot. I did not. You're right. I didn't ask again. Goddamn. It wanted me to ask if my last guest, handsome conservative. Handsome conservative. I got a guest wants to know, are you a married man? I'll let you respond to that. Miss Mo Betta. We need legislation to stop the incentivization to commit fraud as well as the ability. Yeah, I don't listen. I think that insider trading, look, Nancy Pelosi has made a fortune in Congress, a fortune. Under the Trump administration, people have been making a fortune at an expedited rate. Trump getting online right after tariffs, telling people now is a good time to buy and shit like that. I think fraud has always been around. It's not something unique to President Trump. However, I think President Trump is doing things that politicians have always done, just he's doing it in the open. I think he is committing also, like taking a jet from Qatar, and then all of a sudden they now have a training facility in Idaho. He's just doing the same shit out in the open and at a much larger scale, if you ask me, like the Bitcoin stuff. I mean, he's doing stuff like that. He's just doing it out in the open. Miss Mo Betta, good evening.
Are you surprised, Tim?
This is bad. I mean,
are you surprised?
But what about my last caller? This is just, it's a whole video full of folks dressed as animals. It's not racist.
Hey, everybody. Listen, I'm not expecting anybody from MAGA. I know what they're
He's not MAGA. My last caller was not MAGA.
Of course they're going to say that. Oh, no, I'm not MAGA. I'm conservative. And that's bullshit.
Well,
I know shit when I smell it. Listen, you don't have to say that you're MAGA to actually go with what the MAGA got going on.
Well, he did admit that the white power video was racist. MAGA's not going to do that.
Yeah, MAGA's not going to say they're racist either.
Yeah.
They're not. How many do you know that are really honest about that? Except that bald mouth doughboy Gen X.
Gen X doesn't claim to be racist. What are you talking about?
You bullshit. You better go back and listen to a couple of shows ago. He said, "Oh yeah, I can say I'm racist." Yes, he did say that.
Gen X, if you're listening, request them. I gotta hear that.
Said it. Yeah, he said.
Well, he's also indicated that the Proud Boys is a diverse group. He said there's black people in there and everything.
I don't know of anybody black or brown that are Proud Boys. I've never heard of it.
Well, he certainly said there are black Proud Boys.
Yeah. It's like they say this picture up here is not racist.
So, listen, it is a video. I'm trying. I swear to God, I'm trying. It is a video, though. It's not just my last guest made an interesting point by saying, if this is the only thing I saw that Trump posted, I could see it. But it's a video where it covers everybody from AOC. Joe Biden's in the video. Trump is in the video dressed as a lion. So this is not the only image from the video. So go ahead.
So it just makes him a racist bigot. That's what it makes him.
What if the man just likes animals and he went on safari recently?
Well, he should like him. He is one, an orangutan, an orange one.
So how is that not racist? You're comparing him to a primate yourself.
Yeah, hey, if I'm being racist, then I'm being racist. It is what it is.
So we're all being racist.
Listen, it's all gloves off. It's no more being nice to these people. It's no more turning the other cheek. Listen, and I got cheeks for days. I ran out when it came to turning cheeks. I stopped playing.
Wow. Hands of Conservative says this phone is to help out our needy liberals. Please donate today. There are liberals starving. Hands of Conservative, you are wild for that. So I don't know. Look.
He really has the nerve to say somebody's starving, and the man who's supposed to be the man put some shit like this up there today. Is he fucking serious? And he probably live in one of them rural red areas that got a half a stoplight in that bitch.
A half a stoplight? What does that look like?
Half a stoplight. Shut the fuck up.
Well, how about this in the comments? Creative choice, but we know what it implies. So what is this video implying?
Listen, I know what it is. We all know what it is, whether you want to admit to it or not. Was it poor taste? Absolutely poor taste. Was it racist? In my opinion, yes, it was. So what he has to do is throw everybody else in there. So it's like, first of all, he's saying that he ain't even do it. To me, that's the typical part of Trump that I know. He gets up there, he'll do some shit, and then flip flop and say he didn't do it. Come on, we already, like you said, Tim, he's 24/7 tweeting and True Social and all kinds of stuff. Now all of a sudden you wasn't doing it. Get the fuck out of here with that.
Yeah, that's the issue I have with it. Why not just own up to what's on your social media account? Just like the white power video. Why are you posting shit and then taking it down? I mean, if it's up, own up to it.
You said it. Stand 10 toes down like you claim to be. No, he's that taco like we keep saying that he's a flip-flopping taco.
Yeah. Well, Shireen in the comments, and that's a female, she says he didn't do it. He doesn't have time for that. So what, listen,
I can't give him my energy right now. If that's what she wants to believe, let her slow ass believe it.
Oh my God. Well, he did say it was done by us.
No. Hold up. So the question to her, if he didn't do it, so did he do it when he get up there and give himself accolades? He didn't do that either, then, huh?
Well, he said a staffer did it, so maybe the staffers are the ones giving him accolades too.
Exactly. So he's not running his social right now, huh?
Well, listen, and I see Irene Strong says, who else is up at 4 a.m. posting that shit? Remember, you guys are saying that Trump is on his deathbed and all of that shit, but now you're going to admit that he's willing to be up in the middle of the night. We know he's up during the day because he's taking a hell of a lot of press conferences and answering questions.
And
now
you sleep at your press conferences too, Tim. Knock it on. You seen them. You seen it.
Listen, I'm going to give Trump credit for stamina. When does he sleep? That guy has more stamina than I do.
He be sleeping at the conferences and shit. That's what he sleep at.
That ain't a real night's sleep, Miss Mobetta.
Well, that sucks for him. With all of the money and the time and the power and all of that, and you can't get no fucking sleep. You know why he can't get no sleep? Because he has no substance other than getting up here lying to people. That's why.
But do you give him credit like I am of him having stamina?
I ain't even letting you ask me what. No.
You just don't want to give him credit for anything. That's what it is.
I can't. I'm not.
But and listen, after Joe Biden, who definitely couldn't stay awake, is it not refreshing to have a man that can have some stamina and hold the schedule?
Well, can I ask you a question though?
Sure.
When have you ever seen Joe Biden sleeping?
He's fell asleep in shit. He actually has fell asleep. During I think he fell asleep during was it a church service or something? He was sitting down. He's fell asleep on camera.
Fell asleep in church. Next.
Oh my God. He's fell asleep on camera. I suppose if I got on YouTube and typed Joe Biden falling asleep, I would get videos.
I wish it would. It'd have shut me up.
Okay. All right.
It would have shut me up, and I bet it wasn't in the middle of a summit. I bet it wasn't again, it might have been in church. People fall asleep in church all the time, including pastors and pastors' wives.
How would a pastor?
So that's not saying anything.
How would the pastor fall asleep at his own service?
He would. Please, I've seen pastors not all the time. Don't let it be an afternoon service when you got a guest speaker.
No,
right behind that pulpit.
Here's a whole compilation. This is from it's somebody on here, but they got a whole compilation of Joe Biden falling asleep. I mean, if you type in Joe Biden falling asleep, all kinds of shit. Here's a picture.
I'm gonna have to check that out, but I can tell you, I bet it's not as many times as they portray it to be, and less than Trump. We've seen Trump fall asleep about 4 or 5 times in a month. And they want to say Sleepy Joe, knock it off.
I mean, there he is meeting with a world leader, and he's asleep right there. I mean, the guy, Trump got stamina compared to Biden. You disagree?
Trump ain't got shit compared to Biden. They just know how to edit his shit real nice. Let's knock it off. He's younger than Joe Biden. So
he's a couple of days younger than Joe Biden. Handsome conservative.
A couple of days.
Oh my God! And I see a handsome conservative says, "No, I liketh the ladies, just not all the time." All right, we get it. But I don't know.
That's fine. That's fine.
The ability to hold a schedule, to me, is something we should want out of a president. And the fact that Trump is nearly 80 and he's able to do that, I give him credit for that.
You know what? The problem is not even him sleeping. It's his mouth. His mouth. I'd rather him be asleep because then he can't talk. But shit, even if he talked in his sleep, that'd probably be a fucking lie too. It's awful. He causes more division than anybody that in my 52 years of living has ever experienced, as far as a so-called leader goes.
Well, I mean,
how does one supposed to respect that, Tim?
Well, some would say that no politician tells the truth all the time. So, I mean, he lies.
And look, whoever that handsome dude talk about Latinos for Trump, you got to be about the dumbest motherfucker on this app.
I don't think there's gonna be. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of.
The dumbest fucker on this app. How is that working out for you and your people?
Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be a lot of.
He's probably that white passing Latino, because you know that's what they do, right? They try to be white passing.
That ain't working well for him either. In the comments, though,
he said he's freed more African Americans. Freed African Americans from where? For what? Tim, where the fuck you find these people?
These are my beloved MAGA. This is a MAGA friendly program. Philly says this chicken head is delusional.
Tell him his father's a chicken head. And matter of fact, his father's probably your uncle. Check your DNA, bitch. Shut up.
Ooh. And he continues by saying, "Let me guess, you also want reparations." So, yeah, Philly don't like you.
Don't worry. I'm not worried about that. We're going to get ours one way or the other.
Ooh,
you're worried more about reparations than I am. I'm good. Now, chicken head dad. Well, and I hope Trump canceled your snap, bitch.
Damn, Miss Mobetta, you harsh. Can you imagine Trump posting anti-Semitic memes about Jewish people? What would be the response by the Jewish community? They wouldn't.
That's a fact. I could.
Yeah.
Quietly learn to say, shut up. You don't even have a profile picture. I don't respect nobody who got a profile picture. Your ass probably in your mother's basement or your grandmother's basement jerking off to this video right here.
Well, you are kind of...
Because he see how full my lips are. He ain't used to shit like that old basement fuckboy. Shut up.
You're a nice-looking woman. Okay, you're a nice-looking woman.
I got time today, Tim. I got time.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You see a nice-looking woman, you want to grab the joystick. Look at it in the comments. Just read what Biden said about integrating school buses. Now, he's bringing up...
I don't want nobody going to the jungle. They keep going back to that shit. Nobody give a fuck about that shit. We know there's some racism in Biden because of the era that he grew up in. We're not denying that.
Yeah.
And trust me, and Biden got called out for that shit too, did he not? But he had enough decency and humility to apologize for shit that he's done. That's all it takes. It's a little bit. That's my bad. I didn't mean that for coming. That's what Trump had to do just right now. But you know what? He's crashing out because he already know that his ass lost that his people's lost the midterms.
And thank you, Jackson. In the comments, JD Tuck says black women are a fucking mess. So, you bring out the worst, Miss Mobetta.
Tell him to tell his mama that. Tell him to tell his mama that.
God,
she's a mess for not swallowing your ass. And if she was white, it's the same sentiment. She should have swallowed your dumb ass.
Jesus, you bring out...
Save us all a headache. Nobody wants to hear you. Go color or something. God damn.
So what about the notion that Obama was divisive? You know, obviously Trump is divisive with shit like that. What about the notion that the division started with Obama? Some think that Obama's the one that started this.
You know what division it was with Obama? He just showed up and his skin was black. That's where the division at. He didn't divide them. People divided themselves. They just showed who the fuck they really was. What do I tell you all the time, Tim? They said, "Oh, what has this country come to? We got an N-word running the country. What happened to the God-fearing white Christian America?" That's where the division came in at. It didn't just happen. It just showed out even more. I told you he was like a rock that fell into this fucking snake pit of the United Snakes of America.
The United
Snakes of America. Ooh. That's what it is.
You know, some folks on the right are going to say you sound like somebody that hates your country.
That's a deflection. I'm not worried about that. They can have that. They can say it if they want to.
I'm just preach, sister. They can't handle the truth. Says Tyler. Well, I'm just.
They don't even know truth. They don't know truth. You know why? Because Trump could get up there and continue to lie from them to them, and they take it and run with it.
Well,
they won't do no research. They won't read, or the ones that do a little bit, they do the pivoting for them.
Well, I gotta say, I'm dying to hear from MAGA on this. And by the way, folks, feel free to smash that like button if you're watching on YouTube, and certainly get your boy up to 130 on TikTok. But I'm dying because I want to.
Do you know Obama's more popular right now than he was when he was president?
Yeah, but it's not relevant.
Trump can't stand it. He's not running for no office. He's not in an office. He's minding his black ass business, and Trump can't stand it.
Yeah, but Miss Mobetta, that's the
secret admiration for him.
But that's the problem, though, Miss Mobetta, is that Obama is popular, but the Democrats don't have nobody else that is, and Obama can't run.
Don't worry, what'd you say? We got 3 more years. Yeah. We got 3 more years, about two with some change to get this shit right. And if they knew like I knew, what Trump should have did was went to Obama and got some pointers.
You sure we don't have 3 more years until JD Vance is our next president?
We don't want that couch humping little fuck boy.
He
ain't got to hump a couch no more. He got Erica.
Oh my God!
he only humped his wife to reproduce.
You guys in this JD Vance and Erica
Kirk. I can't be nice anymore. You ain't no being nice. Like Michelle Obama, she said when they go low, we go high. I'm like gangster grandma on that one. I'm gonna take you to the pits of hell with my ass.
Damn. And Moran 801 says Miss Mobetta Gen X and their sandwiches for 2028.
Nah, we ain't. I don't even know why he keep asking for sandwiches. He ain't got no teeth to chew.
Oh my God!
How you gonna chew a sandwich? You ain't got no teeth.
He has teeth. Oh my Lord! You need to stop.
He want a sandwich pate? What the fuck?
You need to stop that.
He want a hummus sandwich or something? chewy.
Okay, I got before I move it.
Tuna fish sandwich on white bread.
Let me ask you this before I move it on.
Okay.
Tim Scott did call this out. He stated that in fact, Tim Scott said that I was hoping that this is fake because it's the most racist thing I've seen come out of the White House.
He know it ain't fake because that wasn't his first rodeo.
But how about this though? Tim Scott is, at least he is pointing this out. Is he invited back to the cookout?
They don't fear him. They put what kind of duty is he on now? Garbage duty?
He's a senator.
Come on. Where's the fear in Tim Scott? No, I appreciate that he spoke out. However, they don't respect him. They don't respect him as the black man. He been a token. They don't give a fuck what he think, what he say either.
I get that they may not respect him, but he is speaking out, doing what's right by the black community. Can he get a plate at the cookout?
I don't know. I got to see if we got some to-go containers. I don't know.
So he can't.
I got to see if we got to-go containers. We play spades and shit at our barbecues, and he is not a spade player.
He can't sit around and yell dominoes. I get it. All right.
No, he can't play bone either.
Right.
Sorry.
Oh my God. All right, Miss Mo, looking good. I appreciate you coming through.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll talk to y'all. Thanks for the gifts, everybody.
You do a lot of shit there. I gotta go. All right. By the way, looking in the comments, if Nick Fuentes, wait a minute, it says if Nick Fuentes and Nick Shirley ever run for president, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Well, you almost had Charlie Kirk, right? According to the right. By the way, folks, this is Uncensored Dialogue. We take callers from all sides of the aisle. Doesn't matter what your politics is. We don't limit your time because of your point of view. We are MAGA friendly. Liberals are welcome on the program as well, but certainly you can be critical of anybody on this program, including yours truly. What do we say? We go left of Mamdani to I'm having dinner with Q. If you favor this, do your boy a solid. If you're watching on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook, follow the program. If you're watching on YouTube, give your boy a sub. We're here most weekdays. I need you guys on YouTube, by the way, smash that like button. It helps out the algorithm, but give your boy a sub. We're here most weekdays. Does that say fuck yourself there, Conscious? I can't see the rest of that name. I think it says fuck you. It's a symbol. It's not a word. So I don't know what that symbol means, but I'm going to take it as fuck yourself. Joe, she's possessed. And there's a good possibility of that. What you got? My brothers and sisters, all races and creed, we need to pray for that woman because she's fighting demons that she can't see, referring to my last caller. Obama's so popular but failed to get Kamala elected. And Trump is extremely popular. Look at how many elections that he gave a candidate support and they lost. What is the girl, Carrie Lake out in Arizona? She lost. Dr. Oz against Fetterman, he lost. President Trump has tried to support Herschel Walker lost. I mean, there's a ton of those motherfucking people that lost. So he's popular as well. So I don't know why pointing out Obama, somebody said stolen. Every election Trump loses is stolen, huh? I get it, Melissa. But Trump has endorsed a lot of candidates and they lost. It's as simple as that. He's endorsed a lot of candidates that lost as well. So Obama endorsed Kamala Harris and it didn't go well. Okay, that happens. Are we on stolen land, bro? Says Quality Leering Center. A mark on the misspelling out there in Minnesota of that daycare center. Quality, are we on stolen land? What do you think? Did we purchase America? Did we trade it? I mean, how did we become the owners of this great nation? Yeah, of course. Of course it's stolen. I mean, I think, but listen, I'm going to zoom out and play it the way you guys often like. There's a lot of countries that the inhabitants are on stolen land. But yes, America is one of those countries. I just watched an article today about Puerto Rico that was terrible like that. We've treated the Puerto Ricans pretty fucking bad. I didn't realize how bad. I mean, they give you the name of the original inhabitants of Puerto Rico, and I forgot what the name of them were called, but a lot of them got smallpox and killed. Christopher Columbus, by the way, a few years after coming here, he went there and they did the same shit to the Puerto Ricans. It's pretty bad. I didn't know that much history of it until like, damn, really? It's very similar to what they did to the Native Americans, took their land and shit like that, and have kept them in poverty to some degree. But it's bad. I mean, we don't get taught a lot about Tainos. There you go, Archie. You go, yeah, Tainos. That's what I didn't know. I didn't know all of that. So a lot of our history that has been omitted, and you got to really go out and do your own research. They don't teach that kind of shit in schools. I suppose maybe in schools in Puerto Rico, they may be teaching them their history, but they don't teach it to us. You got to kind of, it may be books in the library at your school that tell you about that, but they don't run a class on it. You got to go look that shit up. They're not teaching you that. My guess is if it got too popular, there would be people that would remove those books from the library. Trump serving a third term right now. What are you talking about? Well, then he's running for a fourth. And that's an interesting perspective. Obviously, Trump is not officially serving a third term, but I will tell you, it does feel like it because he never went away during Biden's term. Biden, as time goes on, will probably feel more like a footnote, kind of like George H.W., just like a president that was somewhat irrelevant. He will feel more like a footnote. His contributions and things like that probably won't be remembered much because he's sandwiched in between two Trump terms. But yeah, I agree with that. Biden doesn't. It doesn't feel like Biden was around. It feels like he was more like a president, kind of like a Hakeem Jeffries or somebody that didn't like the current president. But it feels more like Trump was, because Trump was still controlling Congress, which is why Biden's border bill didn't pass. Trump still had a lot of control during Biden's term because the Republicans were in lockstep behind him. So it does feel like President Trump is somewhat on the third term. If I saw that, what does that say? Is it okay? I saw run for president, get the fuck out of here. Real quick before we move on with the program and tap the screen, get us up to 145. The female caller was more right than wrong, says Cowboy Baby. All right, fair enough. Biden passed 5 major bills. This is what I'm talking about in terms of the stamina, the ability to talk to the people and hold press conferences. President Trump can tell lies, in my opinion, that resonate more than Biden's truths. Because Trump is really good at getting you to believe, getting you to understand, getting you to hear things that might not even be true. You got a lot of folks that believe that there are transgender athletes playing against biological women in schools all over America. People are getting killed everywhere by illegal immigrants. This happening every fucking where. Everywhere you look, the cemeteries are loaded with people, immigrants. He's really good at getting his message across and making a mountain out of a molehill. Biden could actually do something that's good for America and barely be able to convince America that it was good for them. Whereas Trump is telling folks he's ended 8 wars and things like that, and they're echoing that. And I don't see any validity whatsoever to that. I don't believe that is even remotely true. I don't think Trump ended 4 wars. I don't know. In fact, I don't know if any wars that Trump is responsible, but he's able to get people to believe that. Meanwhile, Biden is having a hard time convincing people that the infrastructure bill or some of this stuff was of any good to America. So Trump is, speaking wise, Trump is excellent compared to Biden. The stamina, the energy, the way he can move a crowd. Shout out to Eric B. and Raquel. Biden can't do any of that shit. I mean, I think of Biden and I remember doing the COVID mandates when people were in their cars blowing their horns and flashing their headlights at his rallies. The energy is just not there. It's not there. I've been to Trump rallies. The energy is there. I've been to Obama rallies. The energy is there. You walk out of a Trump rally, if you're MAGA, you lean right. If you walk out of an Obama rally, you lean left. You want to vote for those people. You feel like you really have found a good candidate. You don't walk out of Biden rallies like that. And I don't think folks walked out of Kamala Harris rallies like that. I think they walked out of Kamala Harris rallies thinking she sounds a hell of a lot better than Trump. She got my vote. But I don't think they were walking out thinking, man, she is the one for the next 8 years. I think they felt that she sounds way better than what we have right now. So she damn sure has my vote. But it wasn't because of love of her. I think most of it was hatred of Trump. Biden just didn't give you the content you wanted for his show, Tim. Bullshit. We held the show the whole 4 years. He was here. We talked about Biden plenty, which is why I had more MAGA viewers back then, because the economy and things like that, we were more critical of President Biden. I have less MAGA views now because we are more critical of President Trump. No need to criticize a president that's not in office. I know for MAGA, they're okay criticizing Biden from now to eternity. In my opinion, at this point, Biden is irrelevant. Trump constantly bringing him up at every world event is stupid. You want to talk about Trump derangement syndrome and not see that as Biden derangement syndrome? That shit's over with. You're at a prayer breakfast talking about the 2020 election? What the fuck? I don't see it. I don't see it. Anyway, let me go back to the next caller. You're right. Biden was not exciting or flashing. What a great administration, says Giant Robot. Well, I would prefer we go back to politics being a bit boring. I like to, if there's one thing I will give Trump credit for, is that he has energized interest in politics, even among young voters. I mean, I see young girls, young guys all over social media talking about politics because Trump with ICE, or Trump done something to piss off the young crowd. You didn't, under Obama and certainly under Biden, you didn't have a lot of young folks like that very much interested in politics because it was boring. Trump has made it so that people are either really liking him or really hating him. So he's really energized. And I'm talking, when I say young, I'm talking people that ain't even old enough to vote, high school kids and shit like that, getting involved in politics. So that's a good thing, because that probably will energize them to be interested in elections even after Trump is gone. That's a good thing, because, you know, in my age group, Gen X, we didn't get interested in politics 20s, 30s. I mean, when I was 20 years old, I didn't vote in nothing. Anyway, let me go back to the box. We'll go straight to James Harper. Good evening. Welcome to the program, James. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything here. Hold the line and trust the plan. Whiskey Golf 1, Whiskey Golf Alpha, which means where we go one, we go all. I don't know what NCSWC means. Somebody in the comments, hang on a second, James. Somebody in the comments, let me know what where we go one, we go all. I know what that means. That's WWG, 1WG. What does NCSWC mean? Because the viewer said, hold the line, trust the plan. So that's obviously pro-Trump. Hold the line, trust the process. James Harper, good evening.
What's going on, Tim?
Not much. Do you know what NCSWC stand for?
I do not.
You have heard of where we go one, we go all, have you not?
I've heard that, but I didn't know about that other one.
Yeah, I'm curious. I really want to know what it means. It's a Trump slogan, you know. It's a MAGA slogan, rather. It's probably more of a nationalist slogan, but I'd be curious to know. So what do you think of the photo?
I'm not surprised by it.
So this is something that seems typical for Trump, is what you're saying.
Remember the first shutdown? What's the first thing they did? They put Hakeem Jeffries in a sombrero.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's right. He did do that. But now Hakeem Jeffries is not Hispanic, is he? He was voting on a bill. Was he involved in immigration or something? I mean, is it racist to put up?
They wouldn't know which. He's not white. That's all they know.
But is putting a sombrero on an African American, is that racist?
They couldn't tell if he, like I said, they couldn't tell if he was Black, Hispanic, or Pacific Islander.
I don't know, but is it racist to do that?
Tim, you got to remember, Trump's second in command, Stephen Miller, like the whole time Trump went in office, he was literally suing places because he made it seem like DEI was harmful to white people.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously Trump got rid of that. But I mean, with DEI, you heard
Trump even said himself, the Civil Rights Act made it unfair, like treated white people unfairly. even though one of the main people that actually benefited the most was white women.
Well, what about white men? The white men will say that we had qualifications and DEI made it so you could only hire so many of us. So there are African Americans that are getting jobs where we may be more qualified.
That was their excuse for them not getting the role. They couldn't believe, oh, why did I get this spot? Like, instead of saying, oh, you were just mediocre and the other person had better qualification than you, oh no, it had to be civil rights. It had to be DEI.
Well, I mean, listen, they do believe when you have to hire a certain amount of minorities, you're going to probably hire minorities that do not have qualifications that are equal to some of the white men. I don't buy it. I don't look. I'd have to see evidence.
That's as much as a coping mechanism as, oh, illegals are stealing your jobs.
Well, you got to admit, if illegals are coming here and getting jobs, that is a job some American would have had, right?
Okay, you got to remember, like, things like construction, like, anybody can get that. All you need to do is just be there and show up at the work.
Yeah, but the construction company only has so many jobs. So if you got a construction company and there's 50 immigrants working there, that would have been held by 50 Americans, right? Tay, thank you for the hat and mustaches. Appreciate that. Real quick before you respond there, James. Handsome Evil Finger says Trump ain't shit. Since Trump is going to say that about black people, it's time to start calling Trump Grandpa Simpson. I hope you can start yelling Matlock. I don't know. I don't know about calling him Matlock, but listen, I mean, a lot of folks do. Are you one of those, James Harper, that believe Trump ain't shit?
Yes, I am one of those that think Trump ain't shit.
Well, look, I got folks saying his face should be on Mount Rushmore. What is his name? Straight Talk Commerce.
Okay, you got to remember, Straight Talk Commerce also says, I never seen Trump lie, even though all his lies are on video.
Yeah, Straight Talk Commerce does. He says that President Trump's face should be on all four faces of Mount Rushmore, but he also says exactly that. He's never seen President Trump lie. So he does say that. I mean, but he has an interesting definition for what designates a lie, though. Straight Talk said a black cop punched him. He did say that too. Said he was punched by a black. Straight Talk has some interesting stories. I'm surprised he's not on tonight.
And I can guarantee you 90% of them stories is completely fabricated. Because remember, this man's talking about I've flown humanitarian missions and things like this. But when you ask him what's your job, you find out he's a desk jockey.
I don't know. Straight Talk has some interesting stories, but I have to get him on to back some of that stuff up eventually. Unspoken Love says he lied in the Central Park fight. Lied how? So, what are you?
She's talking about Trump. She's talking about Trump in the Central Park 5.
But yeah, he said that.
He's even after they were exonerated, he was still saying no, they did it, and he was right that they did it, and they should have been punished for it.
I don't see the purpose of that. I mean, the courts don't essentially exonerated the Central Park 5. Why keep pushing that narrative? I don't.
Because he can't admit he was wrong about things.
Why not though?
Even when he ends up firing somebody, the first thing he says is, I didn't really know that person. Even though when they would work for him, he hires the best people.
Well, he did say he was going to surround himself with the best and brightest. I mean, so I think a lot of folks probably do feel that Trump has surrounded himself with much more effective administration in his second term than his first, because the cohesiveness, they are getting along. Like during his first administration, people was quitting right and left and shit like that.
Along. They are definitely not getting along. Chrissy Nome and Stephen Miller are infighting right as we speak.
Infighting about what?
Who's to blame for the debacle with ICE?
No, I don't think it's a debacle. I think ICE is doing exactly what the Trump administration wanted them to do. The debacle is they didn't expect it to become so fucking unpopular. But ICE was sent to Minneapolis to keep them liberals in line, and that's exactly which is why I don't understand why Bovino was fired. He ain't done nothing you didn't want him to do. He did exactly what he was supposed to do.
They needed a fall guy, like you said. They needed somebody to take the blame for this. And then what did Trump say? well, we're going to do a lighter touch, even though he's still talking about sending them to other damn cities.
Yeah. And I mean, that's what Trump even said when they asked him, did you learn anything in regards to Minnesota? He said, I learned that, something to the degree of I learned a heavy-handed approach might not be the best thing or something like that. But that's what Rovino was told to do. Go in there and take a heavy-handed approach. All kinds of shit is going wild, and you hear, or better, you see JD Vance go to social media and remind the ICE agents, don't forget you have immunity. I mean, so you're telling these folks, go there and do whatever the fuck you want, and don't forget you have immunity while you're doing it. Bovino didn't do nothing wrong. But yeah, I agree with you. He's a fall guy. But that's in I guess Tom Homan should actually remember that. Like, if this shit don't go right, even if you do what Trump says, you might be the next fall guy.
That's been the case with Trump since I've been alive, and I've been alive 40 years. And every time something goes wrong in Trump's world, there's always somebody that's going to take the fall for it.
So let me ask you, we talked about this yesterday, but the midterms is literally the topic of discussion. No matter what, shit like this and what he posted about them being monkey, all of this stuff, even the Epstein file, the midterms is the backstory for. Do you think the midterms are going to go off like a typical midterm election?
No, he's going to try any and everything that he can to mess it up. Because remember, his original plan was just gerrymandering, but he just realized with some of these special elections that gerrymandering is not working.
So what do you just believe he gonna just straight cheat?
Why do you think he's calling for nationalization?
He says he wants to make sure the election is free and fair and nobody is fraudulently voting.
Okay, but if that was the case, why didn't he look up the last election under a microscope that he supposedly won with a landslide?
Well, the last election, he was not in power. I mean, it was the end of the Biden administration.
No. He wasn't in power, but remember, he won, but he didn't say, oh, it was fraud.
No. Well, the ones he win are usually fair. It was only
the ones he loses are fair too, but the problem is, like I said, that man cannot admit that he lost at something, that he didn't do good. They even say he cheats at golf.
I've heard that. I have, but you don't buy into this notion that he ain't gonna be around much longer, do you?
You mean besides the bruising of the hands, the swelling of the ankles, the fact that he gets lost?
I mean, he's an older guy. And by the way, for you folks who know who Kid and Play is, I'm sure you know. Kid, the light skinned one, just had a heart transplant. So he gonna be around for a little bit longer. I mean, Trump could be around for a while. I got a little swelling, but I was surprised to see that Kid had a whole fucking heart transplant.
I mean, isn't Kid like 60?
Is he that old? He might be. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm in my early 50s. He could. I didn't think he had that many years on me, but maybe. But still, a heart transplant? That's huge.
Okay, people get heart transplants all the time. Like, there's a massive waiting list. It doesn't mean that like the person wasn't healthy. It's just they just had a defect that needed to get worked on.
I ain't known too many people to get. I mean, normally you got a heart. You either get some serious drug issues or something, or you're old. I mean, you said 60, so I suppose that is a full life. It's the early part of it, but I didn't know he was that old. But a heart transplant.
Yeah, he was like. The early 90s is when the movies came out. Like, he was in his 20s then.
Yeah. House Party came out, I think, in either 89 or 90 or somewhere, right? Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, I didn't think he was that old, though. I did not think he was that old. And I was really surprised to see he had a full. I mean, I thought, well, I guess what is his name? The guy who just passed away, the vice president, Cheney. He had a heart transplant. He lived a lot of years after having it. So I guess you can live. So President Trump, there may be hope. 2028 might actually happen.
Yeah, but you got to also remember, I can guarantee you, like, Cheney probably changed his diet after that transplant. And I guarantee you, Kid is going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Trump, no, you ain't. Remember, like, that man is straight up KFC and McDonald's.
But you got a new heart. It takes time to fuck that up, though. So even if you do not change your diet.
When you got something like a new heart, you on thin ice. You gotta like take care of that shit. You can't just go back to business as usual after the transplant.
I don't know if you got your own personal chef and you could eat anything you want. I can't imagine eating KFC. I mean, if I got somebody who I can literally ring a bell and they'll bring me anything I want, I cannot imagine ever having a KFC in my life. I probably would never have that again.
You say that, but like some people, that's what they grew up on. That's what they gonna eat.
I grew up on it too, but I would much rather chicken cacciatore or chicken cooked some kind of exotic. I mean, I'm gonna want seafood. It would be very rare that I had KFC. That would be exceptionally rare.
I know people that are picky eaters, and they will not try nothing new. They will stick to what they know.
Not if I could ring a bell and have a high level chef. I'm not. Yeah, KFC is out of it. I mean, even when it comes to hamburgers and shit like that, I mean, that stuff is over with.
Just because you got money don't mean that you don't like the cheap stuff.
Yeah, I guess a few hoes that have been like, yeah, I guess. I mean, it may be a few of that, but I don't know. It would be rare. It just, you can't make this shit taste good and be a little bit more healthy. And when you got a 5-star chef access to that, I don't see it. I see something. Luis Miguel says, my mom told me she used to eat KFC all the time when she first came. It tastes good, but that's because people are impoverished. If I got access to a chef, we're going to find some much better shit that tastes good. That's all I'm saying. I don't see it. Not at Trump's level. I don't see it.
But Tim, you also got to realize this man is like locked in the past. That's why he loves that slogan, "Make America Great Again." He wants to relive his glory days.
I mean, listen.
He don't want to tell the rest of us that, but that's what he want to do. He want to relive his glory days.
He's had a lot of glory days. I mean, I listen. I can understand it. I mean, his best days are obviously behind him because he's not going to live much longer. Even if he reaches 90, he's at the end of his life, but. He's had a lot of good days. I mean, everything from the Playboy Mansion to being born and raised a millionaire. I mean, he probably ain't had many bad days. So I can understand it. I can absolutely understand
He's admit that like he's been broke a few times and had to sell shit just to keep from being kicked out of his houses and things like that.
Yeah, but
James,
come on now. When he says I'm broke and I might get kicked out of my house, he means downgrading from the penthouse to a 5-bedroom or something. I mean, his broke is wealthy to us. He ain't never been what we call broke.
No, his broke is bankruptcy and needing loans to keep shit afloat. Why do you think he got those court cases, Tim? It wasn't because he just didn't want to spend his own money. He didn't have that money. Why do you think he's doing all these different things, like using the presidency to make all this money? Because his ass was not as good as a business person as anybody says he was.
Well, I'm just going to
projects had an investment to it.
Well,
it wasn't just him. It was him with junk bonds, them with all their savings.
Well, I'm just going to say Trump's version of broke. There is no time in Trump's life where he could not easily put his hand on several $1,000s from everything from speeches to appearing places to pretending to have expertise, whatever. That guy has never experienced being broke to our level of what we refer to as being broke. Bankruptcies or not, that guy don't know. I mean, I'm talking about trying to keep your fucking lights on. Trying to hope that you don't get your car repoed, having to park it somewhere else. He ain't never faced that.
Why do you think he was sitting there like selling his personal stuff to like in fact, it was Saudi prince that said, when Trump was in trouble, I bailed his ass out.
You think he was broke, like hood broke? You really think he came close to being that?
Yeah, he came close to being that. All them lawsuits and stuff like that. Yes, he came close to being that, Tim.
That dude could go on TV, give interviews, or even.
Why you think he whenever his taxes came around, he told them, oh, I lost all this money so that he wouldn't have to pay the taxes.
I get all of that, but I'm telling you, James, I have a hard time believing that guy has ever come close to being broke like you and me know. I mean, he could go on TV and do a cameo. That guy could put his hands on a few $1,000s any time of the day he wanted to. Speeches, books, interviews. I just can't see it. I don't see what you're talking about.
Mar-a-Lago, that was on lease. Like the only thing that he really had that was really making money was The Apprentice and the beauty pageants.
I get he may not. He could go from being a billionaire to having problems and only be worth a few million or something. I could see that, but being broke like we know broke, I don't think that guy has ever been at risk of being that way in his entire life.
That man has constantly lied about how much money he actually had.
Yeah, I believe that, but I don't believe he's reached the level of broke that you're talking about. Trump doesn't deserve shit. He doesn't care for anybody but himself. He needs a bag of dicks. So, oh my God. Somebody got me. Why does he need a bag of dicks, handsome? Handsome evil figures. Jesus Christ. I wasn't expecting to read that like that. He caught me off guard with that. But the guy, everything from cameos in sitcoms and things like that. Like when Tyson got broke, make fun of.
Do you think that they pay a shit ton of money for those cameos too?
Compared to what we consider as broke, yeah.
Tim, I can guarantee you those cameos didn't even reach six figures.
Compared to what we consider as broke, 5 figures can be a lot of money. I'm not saying the guy didn't have money fluctuations and see a serious dip in his finances. I'm saying the guy has never even came close to being broke like you and I know it. That's what I'm saying. Like when Mike Tyson was having money issues, the cameo he did in The Hangover, that's big money to people who are broke like you and I know. I mean, it ain't big money to Mike Tyson, but that's huge money there. 20, 30 grand for somebody that's broke like that's money that can last them for months. And I don't think Trump has ever been at a point where 20 or 30 grand meant a lot of money to him.
Yeah, you've seen him taking deals for cameos and shit, like you said.
I'm saying he could do that if he got down where there's a problem. I mean, the guy had his own hit TV show in prime time.
But Tim, like I said, before he got to that portion, he had rich friends that would buy shit from him to bail him out. Trump has always been bailed out. Okay. That's what I'm saying.
Then he's not broke. If I got a friend I can call up and that guy will hand me thousands, if not millions, then I've never been broke. I've always had somebody by my side that had a ton of money. He's never been broke.
At the same time, he's never been a good businessman.
Okay, that's a different argument. I'm not. You may have some points to make there. That's a different argument. I got to move on, but I'm just saying I don't think the guy's ever been broke to the level where you and I recognize as being broke. James, thank you for coming through.
No problem, Tom.
Yeah. And by the way, tap the screen, get us on up to 180. Hands in someone else's pocket. Yeah, could be. Being put out of a. I'm trying to count the zeros on that. Being put out of a $10,000 house. Do they make $10,000 houses? That would have to be an old trailer. But being put out of a $10,000 house is the same as being put out of $1 million house. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Because if you're being put out of $1 million house, you have all sorts of downgrade options. If you're being put out of $1 million house, chances are you got furniture and possessions in that house that are worth a ton of money. If you're being put out of a $10,000 house, you're probably about to sleep in a box. You already didn't have shit. It's a big difference getting put out of a $10,000 house compared to getting put out of $1 million house. Big difference. If you had $1 million house, you probably have jewelry, you probably have electronics, all kinds of shit you can sell, and still, it's gonna be a downgrade. I'm not arguing with that. It's gonna be a downgrade, but you certainly have enough possessions and wealth to probably move out of that $1 million house and move into one that maybe costs a couple $100,000. You move out of a $10,000 house, you're about to live on a corner somewhere. It's a huge difference. In the comments, yeah, can you imagine Trump eating ramen and sardines on his lunch break, running thousands of feet, rigid conduit? No. Who eats sardines and ramen? Damn. Now, I like ramen noodles, and I do occasionally eat sardines. Never ate them motherfuckers again. Sardines and ramen noodles, huh? Somebody let me know. Maybe I'm missing out on something that tastes good. How many sardines and ramen noodles? Wow. Okay. Trump got bailed out by a Russian oligarch. That's the point I'm making. Is he probably, Jermaine? Thank you. He probably has favors like that all over the world. That's why I say he's never been at risk of going broke. Can I, listen? I'm having money troubles. You got a yacht that's over in the French Riviera. You ain't doing shit with. Can I go? Can me and my girl go hang out over there for about 6 months? I mean, he got all kinds of favors he can call in. That ain't broke. That ain't broke like you and I. Broke like you and I know means, like I said, sleeping on a box, hoping the police don't come and make you move on. Big difference. Big difference. You can save money with 10K and have a 20. You can save money with 10,000 and have 20,000 furniture. I don't quite understand what you're getting at with that, Jackson, but we'll go back to the box. What does that say? Anyway, let me go back to the box. MAGA reacts. I need to hear your MAGA. You're perfect for this. What the hell am I looking at?
What's going on? I don't know. I haven't seen the whole video. I keep trying to look it up and I can't find it. But I've been working most of the day. So shit, I'm not even finished driving home. I didn't figure you'd pick me up this quickly.
They took it down, but it's a video that features most of the Democrats he hates as animals in the jungle.
Oh, the only thing I could say is Trump just saw himself as a lion, probably never watched the whole thing till the end, and just reposted it because he's a fucking narcissist and just wanted to upload a video of him being a lion.
Why would somebody who's president of the United States? You got an echo. You got a really bad echo.
Sorry, I'm in the car. Let me turn the Bluetooth off.
We'll give him a second. And Shanti said, don't piss me off today. We'll try not to. Okay, MAGA, are you there? MAGA reacts.
All right.
Why would a president be posting stuff and not even checking what he's posting on his own account?
Because he always does that. What do you mean? He just watches probably the first 2 seconds of the video, saw himself as a lion, and reposted it. I mean, he's done this 100 times. I know he watched the whole thing.
You would admit that's irresponsible. I mean, the video's only like a minute or two long. You can't watch a minute or two long video before posting it on a presidential account? You're that fucking busy?
I mean, it's fucking Trump. He's definitely irresponsible and he's definitely a narcissist. That's why,
Would a video...
Because I can see him, seeing himself as a lion is like, oh, this is a cool video of me as a lion, and puts it up.
Well, what about it?
They come all the way at the end, right? They're not at the beginning of the video?
I don't know. I don't think they're at the beginning of the video, but like I said, the video ain't that long. I think you admitted him being irresponsible because I'm about to say it. To me, I don't care if the video's a half hour. You are responsible for what you post.
No, he definitely is. Yeah. I mean, this is gonna hurt. I could definitely see him not watching the whole thing. I bet you that's what he did last time too. I mean, it makes sense to me because I really doubt he saw that and I was like, let me repost it. He's not that stupid.
You saw the video of him posting with people saying white power and claiming he didn't hear that, right?
Exactly. That's the same exact thing where he didn't really pay too much attention to the video. He just saw that it's a Trump golf parade. Because what was that video about? It was about a bunch of old people in golf carts just fucking showing off how rich they are.
MAGA, that video was barely 15 seconds long. Well, okay.
Yeah, but he had to have watched it with the volume on to hear the white power, whatever the shit you're talking about. I definitely watched it with the volume on. He just saw fucking golf carts. Because that was the time of the MAGA boat parades. So he's like, oh shit, a golf cart parade.
So you said he posted videos that he didn't even listen to?
Yeah, I mean, who listens to videos half the time anyway? Everybody reads the caption. Nobody listens to videos anymore.
Let me just say
Especially
this.
If you're doing it at work, he probably did it at work during a fucking meeting and shit.
I'm going to be honest with you, making him sound really irresponsible. I'll just tell you this.
It's just a tweet. It's not like the nuclear button. It's a fucking tweet.
If you're telling me the man is posting videos that he didn't even take the time out, the video's 17 seconds long, you reposted it without even playing the audio. I mean, you're making him sound really stupid or irresponsible to do something. You couldn't even find a low-level. Hold on. You couldn't even find a low-level manager at Taco Bell that would risk putting shit on his account that he didn't listen to. To have it coming from the president is insane.
Look, I judge him based on if it was me, how would this happen? And that's how I did. The same with the ICE shooters, same with all these situations. If it was me, I would have done the same shit. So if
what do you mean? What do you mean?
How can I judge him?
What do you mean? If it was, what did you say?
I would have made that same mistake. I would have reposted that video thinking it was about golf carts and shit, and not heard the one random guy in the background saying "white power" or whatever.
Well, first of all, the guy yelling "white power" was not a. Let me play it because apparently you haven't seen this. You sound like you're speaking like some.
It's been a while. I've seen it on the chat with you before.
Yeah, it's been a long while for you to be making some of the statements you're making, but I'll play it again because you're talking about the guy in the background yelling "white power."
Well, Nicole, the president also retweeted a disturbing video on Sunday morning. It's since been taken down, but it shows an elderly white supporter of his shouting "white power." I want to play an excerpt. Take a listen.
White power! White power! There you go, white power. You hear that?
I mean, it's like extremely loud. He ain't in the background. It's the dominating word of the video.
Yeah, but I would have just seen the golf carts. By the way, this is just a small clip. That's not the whole video. It starts out as a huge golf cart parade, and it zooms in on this one guy in the whole parade, and then it zooms back out. From what I remember, it's been a while. And again, this is a clip of the video. That's not the whole video.
Well, to me, you said everything when you suggested he may be posting videos that he didn't even listen to. I mean, that's bad. I mean, you could be posting videos where people are saying nuclear secrets or some shit. I mean, like, you don't even listen. I mean, that's beyond irresponsible. I mean,
he didn't post it. He reposted it.
What's the difference?
He didn't post
What's the difference?
No, now you're talking a whole different thing. You're talking about posting a video off his phone. He just reposted a video off the internet that someone else posted.
What is the difference? What is the difference?
Well, the difference is it's not going to have any nuclear secrets because it's reposting some shit off TikTok. It's not going to have any nuclear.
How do you? If you didn't listen to it, how do you know?
Because it's.
He's MAGA reactions going in and out. You going in and out. Repeat that.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, sorry, I'm back into my house. I'm here.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, if you're not listening to the videos you post, it could be anything. It could be something that is, exploitation of a minor. You don't know what the audio. If you're not playing the audio and you're just reposting it because you're seeing some golf carts. This is a president we're talking about.
I mean, how often do you see people on golf carts yelling white power? That's usually not two things associated with each other. I would definitely make that same mistake. So I'm judging him based on what I would do, and I would definitely make a mistake like that.
So you would post a video.
All about golf carts.
So if you were in a high-level managerial position, you would post videos to your account without listening to them.
I mean, that's a different situation, but maybe, yeah.
You would actually, it could risk your job. You would actually, just because you saw some golf carts you like, you would post without listening to the audio. You would actually do that as a manager.
If my job was to sell in golf, yes.
That ain't his job here, though. Which is also why I want to know.
Well, his job is to promote MAGA, and now it's like a MAGA golf cart parade.
No audio. Okay, but what happens once?
I mean, that's something people do all the time. I mean, you're talking like no one's ever done this before. People do this shit all the time. We watch videos without audio, and we repost shit without audio.
So then let me ask you this.
Most people are watching videos at work. They can't listen to audio half the time.
So let me ask you this then. Once it became known that people were yelling white power in this video, and he didn't apologize, how do you respond to somebody who says, the fact that he did not apologize shows this is what he wanted people to hear? How can you explain otherwise to them without any apology from him?
Because he never apologizes.
Maybe he means all of the stuff he's doing.
Or he just doesn't apologize.
But that's the problem. We don't know. We got to fill in the blanks and say, well, if he says something racist or posted something, we just have to assume it's because he never apologized. You got to assume that. Just like the person
fill in the blanks anyway. It's not like even if you apologize, it's going to make a difference.
Well, the fact that this isn't the only, I mean, you've seen the video I posted of him talking about blacks are responsible for 81% of white. I mean, he posted a lot of videos like this. His account features a lot of shit like this. I don't see him posting any videos of anybody black saying racist shit about white people. It's always this type of stuff.
I mean, it's always something that benefits him in one way or another. And even that little picture was, it was misinformation posted by someone else, and he reposted it. I don't think it had to do with the blacks. I think it had to do more with the cops.
What are you talking about?
By the way,
what are you talking about?
That picture you keep talking about, where it says like 80% of blacks kill blacks, and it said like 1% of cops kill black people. I think that's the part he was like looking at. The 1% of cops kill black people. He probably didn't even notice the rest of it.
But then it goes right back to my original. And once again, too, here's where I have a problem with what you...
Listen, for 10 years, we've been telling you we hate his tweets. If he would stop tweeting, it would be a lot easier, but it's also his best weapon. It's like, it's a double-edged sword. It's his biggest problem, but it's also his best weapon. So
I'm fine with the weapon aspect, and I agree with you. His tweets have been very beneficial to him. Where I have a problem is he tweets this stuff, and then you're trying to swear up and down that it's not racist. I mean, look, being racist is beneficial to him. There is a segment of his population that likes racist stuff, but then they don't want you to call it what it actually is. That's where we have a disagreement.
But this is just stupid. This is just stupid.
Racism is stupid.
Well, yeah, it is, but this is really stupid. Like, he doesn't need to be this. If he has secret, like, if he's all about racism and he's trying to promote his racism and get more racist followers, I mean, he doesn't need to be this fucking obvious with it. But I don't know. I think there's easier ways to do it without being this obvious.
Well, what you calling it obvious, so that means you do understand then, at the very least, whether you think he's racist or not, you understand why people seeing this may think he is racist, right?
Oh, fuck yeah, that goes without saying.
Okay. Yeah, you be amazing.
I never said anything to defend that.
Okay.
No, it's obviously racist. He just I think he posted it without watching the whole thing.
I don't know. After the white power video, after the video I showed you of him talking about 81%, at what point do you learn, maybe I need to watch all my shit before I put something out? Like, how many things need to go wrong before you start saying to yourself, maybe I need to watch the whole thing? If it happened once.
First of all, listen, you remember that video like an ex-wife. He does not remember that video or even posting it.
No, because he posts a lot of them. Well, I take that. Wait, hold on. I disagree.
That was even before he was president.
No, I actually disagree, and I'll tell you why I disagree. He is a long-time friend of Bill O'Reilly. I watch Bill O'Reilly a lot. In fact, Bill O'Reilly still regularly calls him and reports what he said on News Nation. And he was on the O'Reilly Factor having this. This is a whole segment on the O'Reilly. I believe he does remember it because he got talked to by one of his friends, Bill O'Reilly, and the segment is like 7 or 8 minutes long. I don't believe he forgot that.
He's been on so many fucking segments.
Yeah.
I bet you $1 million he forgot.
Well, then to me, that's even worse, though. If you've done something as racist as that, and you don't even remember it, that shows you must do shit like this all the time. That don't make him look good.
He did it because of racism. I think he did it by accident.
81% of white homicides are done by black people. How could you even think?
Yeah, but it also said 1% of like cops kill white. I forgot what it said. Like it said the amount of black people killed by cops is like 1%. So maybe that's the part of the message he was promoting, not the racist side.
I mean, it's in there though. It's literally here's the clip on my screen there. I see the blacks killed by police is 1%.
Exactly. That's the part that's highlighted. That's what he saw. He probably
making him sound awfully. He don't read. He don't listen. He looks at a graph and only. I mean, you're really making him sound dumb, man.
America, my friend. You can say that about every fucking American.
No, you can't. You can't be in a managerial position. I don't listen to what I post. I don't read everything. I mean, you can't. Not at that level. No, not at that level.
He can do it because he's got no boss. Who's gonna fire him? So yeah, if I had a managerial job with a boss, maybe I wouldn't post shit like that. But if I was the boss, why would I care?
Well, first of all, he does have a boss. The American people. He worked for us. We don't work for him. I see in the comments, William says reparation bums need to be shipped to Liberia. That's a black country. You do realize a lot of white people receive reparations, don't you, William? I mean, that didn't go. I mean, in fact, President Trump, what else? Something he was talking about reparation. Whites that have been discriminated against. There's a lot of reparations out there. What are you talking about? It's not just blacks receiving reparations. It's just unpopular when blacks ask for it. Go ahead, MAGA.
I mean, look at what we're looking at right now. I know you home in on the part on the bottom, but I looked at the part on the top and the blue part first. Like that's all I saw when I looked at that. Because I saw that picture like 100 times before talking to you, and I never read it the way you read it. And then I started talking to you, and then I saw it again. I was like, how did I never notice that part on the bottom?
Yeah, to me, if you're the president and you post something on your social media account, you gotta rightfully assume people are gonna read all of it. They're not gonna look at a quick part that's highlighted and ignore all the rest. You're the president. Even international folks are reading what Trump is posting. I mean, you got probably people in other countries like this guy must really hate black people over there. I mean, they reading all of it. They're not picking and choosing like you doing.
I don't think he was president when you posted this.
No, he wasn't. But he was running for it. He was a big figure at the time. People are reading this shit. They're not doing what you're talking about, looking at videos and not listening to the audio. Ain't nobody doing that from a president or a presidential contender.
But all Americans do it, though. All Americans do it.
Well, if all Americans do it,
not even Americans, the whole world does that shit. Come on, Tim.
If all Americans do it, then what they pointed out in this would have never came out. Clearly, all Americans don't. Clearly, Americans are reading everything he posts. They would if they did the stuff you're talking about, they would have never heard the white power stuff either. They would have left the video silent. So clearly, you're wrong about Americans not doing that.
No, all Americans make that same mistake where they post videos without listening to the audio and they get in trouble because they never heard what was played.
Yeah, to me, that's crazy. Ain't nobody going. If you're the president of the United States,
you've never done that. You've never posted something and then later found out that it had something in it that you didn't notice.
As I gave you the example earlier, if you are in a position of a managerial position, no, I would not do that. If I know my reputation or my job, I'm gonna make sure everything I post has relevance and is accurate. No, I'm not just gonna willy-nilly post shit. I ain't heard the audio from it.
Something racist that you've never heard of, like some sort of symbol that's racist that you've never seen or heard of before, but everybody else knows it's racist, but you didn't know it was racist, and you just reposted some video.
That would be a good way to look at it. That doesn't apply to this stuff, though. Posting a picture of blacks as monkeys, that's been racist for 100 years. I mean,
you're correct. Well, I'm just showing you like how you could upload a video and not notice racist. Like there's a lot of shit people just don't pay attention to.
Let me ask the viewers, because most of the folks watching have social media accounts and they post it all the time. How many of you folks repost stuff without even listening to the audio of it? How many of you folks regularly do that or even do it at all? Let me know in the comments by way of yes or no. How many of you repost stuff you ain't even listen to the audio of what you're reposting? Does anybody do that? Because I don't.
How about this is the better question? How often do you watch videos without audio?
Does anybody do that? Do you go scrolling through TikTok?
Why do you watch videos at work? Why do all the videos today have captions? Because people watch videos without audio. You just read the caption instead.
Then if you're reading the caption, you at least know what the audio is. You know what the...
Yeah, but if I blink, I can miss a line, depending how fast the text is going. So I could easily see it.
Everybody in it...
I've done it, so...
You
I've uploaded shit and noticed that it has stuff in it toward the end that I completely missed, and I would have to edit it.
I'm going to tell you. You said you've done it. You are alone. I mean, I'm looking at the comments on every screen, YouTube, every person. This is one of the first times I say, "Give me a yes or no," and everybody said no. I mean, nobody said they do that. Not one person said they do
lying, because every one of us have uploaded a video, not realizing it was dumb, and then they had to erase it.
That is the
or they
first.
Done it while drunk and had to erase it.
That is the first time I've asked people to answer yes or no, and everybody said no. Not one person said they repost shit without hearing the audio.
All the new videos have captions if they're not watching them without audio and reposting them, and that, whatever, they're full of shit.
But I will also tell you this, MAGA. If you're sitting at work in a cubicle somewhere and you don't have a managerial position and you repost something without audio, that's a lot different than if you're the CEO of that company. If you're in a high level position, you can't afford to do that. You're comparing the president to layman, something layman like you or I that just works a day job. You can't do that shit. Like I said, I use the first level manager of Taco Bell. If you're the CEO of Taco Bell, you can't do no shit like that. And then go out to, well, I didn't listen to it. I just reposted it. You can't, people are going to look at you like you're a fucking idiot the way the crowd is looking at you saying this stuff. Like, president, and you didn't listen?
Right. I am a fucking idiot for doing it, but it happens, Tim. We're all fucking idiots. This country's full of idiots.
Well, I'm going to tell you, if you do that without listening to the audio, not only is it, people are probably not going to believe you, but you are accountable for what you post. I didn't listen to it is not an excuse. That's like going and driving down a highway at 100 miles an hour and telling the police, I didn't listen to what they taught me in driver's ed.
It was an excuse.
What?
I never said it was an excuse. It's just an explanation to probably what happened.
It's a useless explanation.
It's what makes the most sense to me.
Well, I'm going to tell you, it's a useless, like I said, if you're driving down a highway at 100 miles an hour, you get pulled over, you tell the cops, well, I didn't listen to what they taught me in driver's ed. You're still going to be held accountable for what you're doing. So if you're posting racist shit and you didn't listen to it,
you're so bad with analogies, man. And I don't know why I even.
So do you think he should be? Let me ask you this: then, do you think he should be held accountable for posting somebody yelling white power? Should he face any account from the public for that?
He posted it, so he is held accountable for it.
Okay, then. So how's my analogy bad?
Accountable. He is accountable.
How's my analogy bad?
I'm just saying it was a mistake. We all make mistakes, Tim.
If you don't listen, MAGA, if you do something wrong,
you're accountable for your mistakes. I think this was a mistake. He posted the video without watching it to the end. And,
if you do something wrong and you don't apologize, I don't even think you get to say it was a mistake. How do we know? You didn't even say you were sorry for it. I mean, now we also got to give you credit for it. Well, you don't never apologize. I mean, we're just making excuses for the guy. He didn't listen to it. And then when it was fucked up, he didn't apologize. And then when he didn't apologize, well, he never apologized. I mean, you just going up the steps making excuses for him.
Him erasing the video is as close to an apology as you're gonna get.
Right.
How often did he actually erase the videos? Like when he had that video of shitting on all the King's Day people, he never erased that video. There's no reason to apologize for that one. Okay. Him erasing the video is as close to apology as you're gonna get. At least he's consistent. He never apologized.
He's being consistently racist. I gotta move it on, MAGA. You know what I gotta do.
All right.
Thank you. All right, moving on with the program. Ace Ventura. That's a 90s film, ain't it? With Jim Carrey. We hold the president to a lower standard than a minimum wage worker. Damn. Yeah. Because we would expect the minimum wage worker to not do this stuff, and when they do it, to apologize. So there's some validity in that. Ace Ventura was funny. Yeah. What was he? He was a pet. Was it some kind of what? Didn't he have some kind of pet movie also? Anyway, let me go back to the box. I don't know. Like I said, he never apologizes. Like, I don't know. That at some point it gets to be crazy. You just can't. It's Trump. I guess he can do anything he wants. Mike, welcome to the program. Good evening.
Hey.
You always follow MAGA Reacts. How you doing?
Fuck, I gotta take medication to get through that bullshit that motherfucker spends. It's getting to the point where I just believe that something is wrong with him. because he never has a cogent thought about this shit, like ever. like ever. Like that shit that makes no sense.
Well, he believed a man may have accidentally.
I know, but Tim, you can't be all those things and then turn around and be this intelligent, smart, bright person that.
Whoa!
You can't be both.
Thank you, Blue One. Right? Now I'm not saying MAGA reacts lacks intelligence. Maybe there may be some debate trolling going on.
I will.
Huh?
You don't have to. I'll do it. You don't have to. I'll do it. But what I'm saying, Tim, is Trump can't be both these things. He can't be this smart, forward-thinking president that's going to lead us into prosperity, and then turn around and be this disconnected and posting things that he didn't read, he didn't see, he didn't know, he didn't understand. I mean, come on, Tim.
Look, the guy was trying to give some kind of explanation, but yeah, to me, I think it's wild to say a president is going online posting shit that he didn't read, didn't have the audio turned up. I let the man speak, but which is why I asked all of you folks, how many of you repost videos that you haven't even listened to the audio of? It's a bit unusual, but he was trying. He was making a point, I guess.
Yeah, well, he tried. He didn't make a fucking point other than to show us how big of an idiot he is. This isn't. Listen, let me ask you this.
Sure.
And see, if you had a neighbor across the street and you just saw like, damn, they always got cats around their house. Something's attracting them to that house, right? Yeah. Something is drawing these cats to that house.
Yeah.
Well, why does racism and bigotry always end up at Donald Trump's feet?
Well, you know, they're going to suggest that the minorities that happen to be racist go to the Democrat Party.
No. We're not talking about anybody else other than why does racism end up at Trump's feet? White power clip, eating the cats and dogs. This one, Hakeem Jeffries. Why does all the race, and we can keep going, Tim.
There is a lot of them. I don't, it's just like David Duke originally said, if you don't vote for Trump, it's treason against the white race. Nick Fuentes. I mean, look, the fact is, folks who deal with racism, and I'm not just talking about white supremacists and white nationalists and hate groups, I'm also talking about the likes of Jesse Jacksons and Al Sharp, people who deal with racism as an ongoing thing. They all think Trump is racist. The ones who are racist and the ones who fight racism, they all see racism in Trump. Whether they're wrong or right, we can debate that, but the civil rights leaders and the folks who are favorable to white supremacy and all, they all seem to think Trump is a racist, because the white supremacists think Trump is an ally. They see him as exactly what they are. They see him as an ally. So it's like the house with cats.
Yes, white supremacists would consider him an ally, which is my whole point. When I use the cat analogy, you've got every far-right racist group that supports him. All of them. Tell me which one that supports the Democratic Party. Can you tell me one?
Well, they're going to say the Democrat Party was the party that KKK years ago.
I know what they're going to say. I get all of that shit. But again, at his feet lies every racist group. At his feet.
Well, I mean, we got to think of the platform he's running on. And Soft and Spicy says you racist too. But understand, the platform Trump is running on would be friendly to folks who think, I mean, he's talking about whites. If you've been a victim of discrimination, you can sue. He's gotten rid of DEI, affirmative action. He's brought back Confederate statues and monuments while getting rid of stuff about blacks in the Smithsonian and stuff like that. He's against all the black holidays. Whether he's racist or not, if you do that much stuff, you're going to attract the favoritism of white supremacist groups because they agree with all of that stuff. So that's why the cats are coming around.
Exactly. So you can't turn around and say, I don't know why the fucking cats aren't coming around. I didn't hear them. I never turned on the audio when I made the damn cat video. I never looked at it when I did it. And at the end of the day, it's people like Gen X that say, because we make everything about race. We didn't put that video out there, but not for his actions. We're not having this conversation. But let's be clear. They've been calling Michelle a monkey and Barack a monkey when he was even running for office. So now you want to separate the two and say, oh, it was a video they didn't see. This is the problem, Tim. They talk about these things. And by the way, they put the video out to continue to talk about conspiracies in the election, right? This is just to support Steve Bannon's comments. That's all this is. But we're smarter than that. But the whole point is this, Tim. They put that video out there the way they did because they're the racist piece of shits that we've always said they are. And their supporters that continue to support them and make excuses for them continue to elevate themselves and be at his feet. They're the cats. They're the kittens. They're the kittens at the house, all of them. And then they want to act like it's not happening. It's happening. We see it.
So let me ask you, what about Tim Scott pointing out that it was wrong? Is Tim Scott allowed at the cookout now?
Hell no. Tim Scott can keep his bitch ass over there with the raisins and his potato salad or whatever the fuck he does. Listen, he only addressed it because he was asked. Let's be clear.
He could have said, I ain't seen it yet. He could have pulled, I watched it, but the audio was.
He could have pulled a MAGA reaction. Right? He could have did that stupid shit. I didn't hear the audio.
Yeah,
the bottom line is this. And Laura Loomer turned right around and jumped on his ass. You saw that?
No. Laura attacked Tim Scott?
Yes.
He turned it into a rhino? Is Tim Scott turning it into a rhino?
She said you were never really supporting him. You said, listen, and he's about to catch. Yes. Yep, she sure did.
So he is turning into a rhino.
But again, so any disagreements with Trump
is not tolerated
outside.
Yeah, it's not
and
tolerated.
What would that be called, Tim?
Any disagreement with, say that again?
What would that be called?
Having any disagreement with Trump?
With the leader, what would that be called?
You trying to say a code or something?
I ain't gonna say it. And see, just in that, you listen. And by the way, because I gotta drop. Because did you see my live restriction that I got?
Yes.
On your end.
Yes.
This is the new TikTok.
Gangsta Grandma getting it bad, man. I haven't had a full conversation with Gangsta Grandma in about 5 or 6 shows. Every time she talk, is happening.
Yeah, and people report.
Yeah, Gangsta Grandma getting it bad, man. She can't.
It's not gonna get any better, Tim. This is where we're going. This is what they're going to continue to ignore and then tell people to don't complain. Remember I told you before, just comply.
Yep.
Remember I told you, just comply.
Let me take this moment out while you're talking about censorship for my viewers that are watching. I'm begging at this point. Substack, if you have that app, I need a few more of you, only about 5 or 6 more of you, to follow the Handsome Liberal on Substack, because I want to do lives on that platform. What my caller is talking about is correct. There may be a day, and I want to still talk to MAGA and independents and liberals as well. There may be a day when we're not on TikTok. He's right. The censorship on TikTok is becoming substantial, and I want to make sure we have other platforms where I can still take callers outside of TikTok. So I do want to get you guys to follow me on Substack, the Handsome Liberal. We're on Rumble, X, Clapper, all under the same name as well. But Substack is where I would probably end up going next. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna drive down. But see, all that stuff MAGA said, he didn't get a restriction. I come up here, I get a restriction. Think about how crazy that is. But again, at the end of the day, if we just comply, and we don't say anything, and that's why I be on you about our law. People are saying if you're being unlawful in pursuit of the law, like ICE, then we're just supposed to just let it go. Like this video was what it was intended to do, what they wanted it to do. Just plain and simple. It's just plain and simple, Tim. Oh. And if anybody denies it, then they're just in the pot and in the bucket with the rest of them. It is what it is. It is what it is, bro.
I'll leave it at that. It definitely looks bad. I don't have a defense for it, and I tried. I don't. There's no way to defend that. I mean,
Google Laura Loomer's response to Tim Scott and check that out.
I didn't hear about that one, but yeah. I mean, I would like to hear what Marjorie Taylor Greene has to say because she's speaking out.
Yeah, go ahead and look that
up. Byron, where's Byron Donalds when you need him?
You know where he is. I ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing, boss. I just don't know what they talking about.
Oh my God.
He ain't gonna say nothing.
Oh my God. I'd have to, it looks like I'm gonna have to go digging for it. It ain't right at the top. So I'm just trying to see if anything pops up real quick. Otherwise, I gotta step off of here. February 2026, Laura Loomer responded to Senator Tim Scott by calling for his resignation as head of the National Republican Senatorial Committee. Her reaction followed Senator Scott's sharp condemnation of a social media post shared by Donald Trump, which depicted the Obamas in a manner Scott described as most racist thing I've seen out of the White House. Damn, she want him to resign for criticizing that?
Yeah,
God
read
damn.
Read her quote, but she went in on him.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, she says he's too stupid to be in charge. Damn. That's bad. Yeah, that's unnecessarily
welcome,
bad.
Blagger.
Yeah.
Welcome, Blagger.
Yeah, it reminds me of the old 90s Janet Jackson song, What Have You Done For Me Lately? You could ride with Trump every single day, and if you don't fuck with him on one day, everything else you've done is irrelevant. I mean, Tim Scott been rolling with Trump at the detriment of his own reputation and legacy and everything, rolling with the man. The cartoon criticizing that post alone made him stupid and everything. God damn.
Yep. But for the great said it, shut up and dribble. He was okay until he said something. Just dribble. He should have just dribbled. And they're gonna be on his ass now. Yeah, oh yeah, it gets worse than that. And by the way, yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna drop back down, man. I don't need no more restrictions. They already got my other.
Yeah. All right, man. I appreciate you coming through. Thank you.
All right, man.
All right, moving on. And that's terrible what Laura Loomer did. I mean, that's all he did. It would be different if she had if she could link together a whole bunch of shit to show he was incompetent. But this, as my last caller pointed out, this is solely based on Tim Scott. Tim Scott ain't been like really in the news lately. I mean, this is solely based on him just criticizing the video that came from Trump's account. That's all it took. And now you want him to resign? Yikes. I'm talking about the temperament being very, very low. Right, he's too stupid to be in charge, says the body snatcher. Well, he wasn't stupid yesterday. All of a sudden, now he's too stupid? Because look, if you criticize Trump and you're MAGA, you're not smart enough to realize that's a dumb thing to do. That's where the stupid part comes in. You were too stupid to realize you're not supposed to criticize this guy. That's where I'm hearing. Ask the question, if the world would end tomorrow as we know it, where will we all be? I don't know. Depends on where we would be where we're at. I mean, some people would be in bed. Some would be at work. That's a good question. I would say, look at John 12. You guys are talking amongst each other. Yeah, to me, I don't see anything that Tim Scott has done to be on the wrong side of the Republican Party other than criticize Trump in regards to that photo today. And it sounds like that's all he needed to do to piss off at least Laura Loomer, if not MAGA. King Finn, good evening. Welcome to the program.
Yes. Welcome. We shall cut the fanfare just for the MAGA idiots.
Oh my God. I gotta get more MAGA up here. You guys are harsh. Go ahead.
Why? Because you don't want us to tell the truth?
You
want us to bullshit around like MAGA.
No, I want to hear MAGA too, though. Go ahead. Give me what you got.
I'm just wondering, because now that you see this on your screen, I can see this, and we all knew it was coming, because Obama and Michelle own condos in Trump's head, dog. They own condos in their head, in his head, and they live rent free. His wife, his mail order bride, just put out a movie the other day that barely sold 20 tickets.
I don't believe that. I'm hearing that documentary did very well in terms of documentaries.
Who did you hear it from?
Well, keep in mind, anything that the Trump family does, older conservatives went to see that in droves from what I'm hearing. I wanted to go see it, but my audience started indicating I'd be a sellout. What the hell?
Yeah, you would. Yeah.
Why go spend money on 2 hours of tape that's barely the last 20 hours before he gets elected? That movie is nothing but a farce. Amazon, exactly. That's what I was just about to say. First said it before I could. Amazon pulled it off of the website because it's that bad.
Wow.
It barely sold 7 tickets at the Kennedy Center, which is why he said.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, hold on. King, the Kennedy Center is in direct protest to President Trump putting his name on it and shit. So it's not going to sell a bunch of tickets at the Kennedy Center, but at local theaters and things like that. That movie made millions from white conservatives.
Tim, Jeff Bezos lost money on that movie. I think you should look up what his reaction was.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure he lost money on that movie.
Now you got me curious because
they can't even market it, that bullshit movie. And then here's my question: who the hell want to watch a movie about Melania's point of view?
Michelle Obama done okay on Netflix.
Yeah, but that's Michelle Obama.
Oh, I mean, look.
That's Michelle Obama. Come on, man.
I mean, who wants
to listen to Be Best?
I mean, look, she don't have perfect English. I'll give you that. But to folks on the right, Melania Trump is their Michelle Obama.
Here you go. Here you go. Anime. I'm sorry, I don't want to say your name wrong. Anima Empathic.
It's a long name. I've seen that name. I've seen it.
It is a long name. Cost to distribute, $75 million. Total gross yesterday, $8 million.
Okay, let me play this clip. It's quick, but I want to hear because I've heard it different than what you're talking about.
The First Lady's documentary had a solid opening weekend, surprising critics who predicted a bomb. Melania arrives with strong box office for a documentary. Melania Trump documentary shocks at the box office.
It soared past expectations, bringing in more than $7 million.
It did best in Florida, Texas, and Arizona. The audience was 70% white women over the age of 55. These ladies in Texas all dressed in Melania's inauguration gown. Her former chief of staff, Stephanie Gershom, tells Inside Edition she's not surprised it did well.
She's so private. She's an enigma. Everybody wants to know more about her.
I don't know. It don't sound like it did that bad, King.
Wait a minute. Let's try something. Let's try something. Let's go here. I'm gonna go home, and I'm gonna open up. I'm gonna look at. Matter of fact, you do it too, because I want to make sure we contribute together, right? So let's look at a box office opening for a major documentary. Let's see what the numbers are on a major.
But keep in mind that is $7 million opening weekend. I don't think this did as bad as you think it did. I think it did okay.
Nobody want to see this movie.
You got pretty white women in dresses. They wanted to see it.
Yeah, Melania also had
these beautiful ladies right here. They all wanted to see it. I don't know.
Putin wanted to see it too. He got it.
I don't know. Like I said, I haven't seen it, and I agree with MAGA Reacts. I think it's going to do good on streaming. I think that movie's going to make.
Listen, wait a minute. Before we go any further, okay, let's just do this. Please don't mention Gen X or MAGA Reacts to me.
Oh my God!
I'm serious, dog. You can't mention them two people because first of all, MAGA Reacts lies about everything he says, and by the beginning of the time that you talk to him, he's trying to make a strong point about bullshit, and by the end, he's agreeing with you. Let's not do that. Secondly, Gen X, dude, stop following me. You are a roach. I keep pushing raid on you. I'm pouring bottles of
They don't like you. They don't like you. They fucking with you, King.
They cannot like me all they want. Tell them to stop following me.
Ooh.
Don't follow me, bro. We are not friends. I'm not going to be your friend. You a fake Proud Boy, and you lame as hell. Stop following me, bro. I don't like you. We'll never be able to be cool. Ever. Okay? And I'm going to continue to expose you everywhere you follow me to. It is what it is, dig? Anyway, like I said, don't mention them, bro, because I'm sorry, I can't deal with those people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't deal in false equivalences. I don't deal in garbage. I deal in facts, Okay, so the fact about it is, your boy is racist as hell. We've been saying that for the longest. You can't deny it now. And what's even worse is that the E-files are on C-SPAN now. Anytime you see a debate or something being said on C-SPAN, it has literally hit the fan. You understand what I'm saying? What is C-SPAN? You know, you watch TV.
I don't think, yeah, but I listen. My guess is Trump is probably guilty of sin when it comes to the E-files, but I don't think MAGA cares about that. I think once Trump became president, the Dan Boinginos and all them, they no longer cared about getting to the bottom of that shit. It was fine when it was a liberal in there, but once Trump got in there, one of the good guys is involved now. They didn't care about that anymore. And real quick, Handsome Conservative, thank you for the Substack. My profile on Clapper is gone. You know, Clapper's been fucking with me. I've been trying to use Clapper to go live, and I noticed, yeah, I think Clapper has censorship too, because I noticed my videos are all getting zeros. So, yeah, I may have to create another video. Go ahead, King.
You're too liberal for Clapper. I could have told you that. You have too many liberals on your platform. You got too many. Oh, wait, and there's that other thing. You're black. I'm sorry. Did I forget to say that? You're black, so they probably don't want you there.
You really think that's what happened?
Yeah.
I didn't know Clapper was conservative.
Hell, you see what Trump just did today. You know, Michelle and Barack are black, so obviously they're monkeys, right? Right? I mean, they've been saying that since before Barack won, and they just continue to do it. And we're supposed to normalize that shit. No, we're not.
Deimos is saying, "Oh my God, the victim card once again." He's saying you're playing the victim card.
I don't care what he thinks. He probably sucking up the Trump boots too. I just want to know, when are y'all gonna get tired of changing his diaper? When is that gonna happen? Like when that lady was standing behind him the other day and he shirted. How is that okay?
I need to see that because I don't believe the president. Y'all saying the president shitted.
I watched it in real time. Her whole face. And when she started tweaking at her nose, it wasn't because of the booger sugar, baby. It was because her nose.
When I get off of here, I'm gonna go find that video. I see somebody. If somebody got it, send me the link in my DMs. But I'm gonna go look for that. I want to see that now.
I'm gonna DM it. I'm gonna DM it to you. I swear to God, her nose hairs is on fire. You can see she was dying. Oh, and that's why they rushed all the damn people out, because he cleared the room in that bitch.
You have to tell me you think the man got bowel problems and shit. I don't want to believe it, but look, he is almost 80.
You might not want to believe it. It's just like I don't want to believe that 77 million people in America are that damn dumb or racist, but it's true.
Yeah, I see Cowboy saying I think most MAGA agrees with the racist photo. That's the sad part.
They think they're championing this. And then for people like MAGA Reacts to come up here and say, oh, yeah, he didn't read it, or he just seen himself as a lion, or well, maybe he didn't play it with the audio on. Come on, man.
But what about Gary Gorley in the comments says Big Mike and his boyfriend?
See, and that's exactly why we say y'all are racist. But what's funny is all of y'all saying that that liberals don't know what a woman is, but you can't see that Michelle Obama's a woman.
No, they think that a bitch? Yeah, they think her name is Mike. They think that's a man. They say that all the time.
I just want to know when are y'all gonna stop worrying about what people do in their bedroom?
Never, because it goes against the religion. They believe that's a sin before God.
Now, Tim,
I'm just telling you.
Don't start that religious debate with me. Don't do it.
I have. Look, that's above my pay grade. I'm not very religious. I'm not going to start that debate. But I'm saying,
you know what I'm going to say.
What are you going to say?
Did I not tell you last time? MAGA is antinomian. Look the word up. These are people who don't believe they need to walk by a moral law. So for those people walking around saying that they are Christian and they MAGA, they a damn lie. I can't wait till they get to the pearly gates. I want to know what the hell Peter finna ask them, because I bet you they going down. And I ain't talking about on the flats.
And Black man of Asia, assalamu alaikum to you as well. I see that in the comments. I don't know. I mean,
my brother.
Yeah.
Walaikum salam, my brother. That's the appropriate response. Walaikum salam.
Fair enough. And the crazy thing is, I lived across the street from Minister Louis Farrakhan's their headquarters, Mosque Mariam, for 15 years across the street. I've talked to so many brothers from that, but it's been a while. Where I'm at now, I don't have them around. I still buy some copies of the Final Call every now and then, but it's been a while.
Listen, I'm not mad at nothing they do. You know why? Because they speaking their truth. I'd be able to expect it to accept anyone's religious truth as long as you're going to be for real about your religion. See, there's a difference. Christianity, people who spout out Christianity and say, oh, I'm so religious and I'm so God-fearing, that man ain't God-fearing. How is a man God-fearing when he say he don't need to ask for forgiveness?
No, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think Trump is God-fearing, but folks do believe Trump was sent by God to make the country great. King,
would he though? Let me ask you this: folks believe Trump was sent by God to make the country great again, right?
Mm-hmm.
But would God let Trump sit next to him?
I can't speak for God. Maybe God was. God might see some goodwill in Trump. I mean, think about it. Trump wait, hold on. Let's give Trump some credit now. I know you don't like to do this. He just removed Maduro from power in Venezuela. There's millions of Venezuelans that favor that. He's now talking about protecting protesters in Iran. Millions of Iranian protesters are going to because many of them are getting killed by their government. So you got that. You got a lot of Americans that do favor Trump protecting our border. I mean, he is doing some good shit for people around the world. I mean, you disagree?
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
If I take a hammer and bust you in the back of your head, right, and I get you bleeding, and then I also take some gauze and some bandages and stitch you back up, are you gonna credit me for stitching you back up?
That sound like I just got talked to by a mob boss or something. What you sound like?
That's a serious question.
I know.
What I'm saying to you is the same thing I always say. You don't get credit for fixing what you fucked up.
He didn't fuck up Venezuela. He didn't fuck up Iran.
Man.
No.
Where are the tankers at, Tim?
Apparently, from what I heard, he sold one of the tankers for $500 million and apparently gave that money to the Venezuelan people.
You think he gave that money to the people?
I don't know, but I'm going to say there are a lot of people that favor what Trump is doing for them in America. We still got it's still up for debate, but the Venezuelan people are happy that Maduro is gone. That's something Trump did.
Tim, where's the health plan at?
Like I said, in America, not so much yet.
Right. Hey Tim, what's up with Trump RX? Hey, wait. Hey, Tim.
Give it time.
Is the White House fixed yet?
He's
working with the ballroom.
He's working on that.
He's working on it, right?
Yeah.
All of this shit that he doing in other countries, and he ain't doing nothing here but stealing people money.
Yeah, see, Mr. Magic rightfully points that out. The America First agenda is, he's not America First. That's something he campaigned on. Yeah, that's true. He's not doing that.
The first year of his presidency, he made 1.4 billion with a B off the presidency, and that's just what we got on paper. That's not talking about backroom deals and all that nasty stuff that he been doing with Bubba and the rest of the people and all that.
Oh my God!
Because we don't know what he been doing with them. Okay, we don't want to know what he been doing with Bubba and them other people in them other countries. I'm just saying.
Bro, I can't speak on that, but what I'm saying is he has done some good. It may be more for people abroad than here in America, but there are plenty of people. I mean, he apparently stopped Christians from being persecuted in Nigeria. I'm sure there are people over there that are happy he did that.
Come on, man. Anyway, also, I wanted to ask you, because you know that's bullshit. Anyway, I wanted to ask you about the two-way in D.C. So, did you know that they're taking away people's two-way in D.C.? And the law said that you'll be lucky to get it back.
What is the reason they're giving for taking it away?
Because you can't have it in D.C. no more. Period.
So, Second Amendment rights in Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, are gone.
You shall not have a peace in D.C. no more. Period. And you, and you lucky if you get it back.
Wow.
Period. Stop.
Well, I've said it from day one. I think that MAGA is pro 2A, but pro 2A for MAGA. So DC is full of us. I don't think they would care. I don't think you're going to get much fuss from the MAGA crowd if them folks in DC are losing their 2A rights. I mean, you might hear from Colin Noor Colin Noor may do it on YouTube, but I've heard people talking about it. I haven't heard confirmation of this though, but I have heard people talking about it.
Why is if the NRA is some of the biggest lobbyists to the American,
they don't care about us. Isn't that a song by Michael Jackson? All I gotta say is they don't really care about us. Isn't that Michael Jackson?
No, they care. The NRA care about you taking away their 2A.
No, they don't care about certain people losing 2A rights. That's what I'm saying. The NRA is going to treat, because California's gun laws, as strict as many on the right point out, that is rooted in racism during the time of the Black Panthers and all. The NRA was around. They didn't care about it. They don't. If you're taking 2A rights away from minorities and people of color, it's not going to get the same attention as if you're doing it to white people. The NRA is not as pro-gun as they come out. It's certain people. And if you're taking away 2A rights from people in Chocolate City, it's not going to get that much attention.
Why you got to say Chocolate City like that, man? Why you got to do me like that, man? Don't do that, man. See, that ain't right. You know that ain't right. I'm just saying.
Man,
damn.
What about this? Big shit in the comments says you can't have a gun on federal property. So I guess he's...
So all the DC is federal property now?
Not unless they change it. They could deem it that way.
Like, I'm confused. And then the other thing I was going to ask you is, why is it that he taking away all the slavery stuff out of the African American history, or excuse me, Heritage Museum in the Black History Month? Ain't that some wild shit? You're gonna take it all away in Black History Month.
We talked about that. I mean, listen, my analysis is President Trump is not a big fan of, celebrating Black holidays or honoring Black history very much. I mean, we talked about Juneteenth and him saying it needs to go away or indicating it needs to go away. He didn't address MLK Day last month. He's not addressing Black History Month. You're talking about exhibits in the Smithsonian coming down. He's renamed bases back at the Confederates. He's just not a fan of the, tributes to Blacks. I mean, that's what I'm seeing. He's just not a big fan of it. Whatever reason you want to fill in the blanks for why he's doing it, but he's not a big fan of Black holidays or any of that stuff.
You know why, Tim. Look behind you. You know why.
I see JD Vance and President Trump.
No, come on now, Tim. Stop the fluffing. You know what
I'm just saying, based on what I see, that's my analysis of it. I mean, you went at the Juneteenth, MLK Day, and Black History Month in less than a year's time. What else am I supposed to think? I mean, I'll give him credit where I can give him credit from, but I don't have an explanation for that.
So now the next MAGA person you have come up, which is probably going to be that fake Proud Boy troll, Gen X, make sure you tell him to stop fluffing and just say it like it is. Y'all swear y'all so tough. Say it like it is. You a racist. Stay in it. Be proud of it. If that's what you is, be what you is. You a racist, Proud Boy. Stay that way.
Be what you is.
Stop trying to come into spaces and act like you ain't. MAGA reacts. You a dumb racist Egyptian. Stay in your trailer park. Stop being something that you not. Stop saying my name.
I thought MAGA X said he grew up hanging around Luke of Two Live Crew and all that shit in Miami. You sure?
Yeah, and he knows, and I'm sure he knows all the boat people and all the building permit people and all the people who deal with taxes and everything he say. But for some strange reason, every lie he tell twists right back into the pretzel that he really is at the end of the conversation. So let's not do that, okay? Just call a spade, damn it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see me, I stand for blackness. I am black. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a choice but to stand for that. So please don't come at me with that shit. Just call a spade, y'all. Y'all ain't got to lie about it. Y'all already told the truth. You put the most racist person in America into the damn White House. What else?
Well, President Trump has once stated he's the least racist person you know.
Yeah, he's the least shitty person I know too, huh? His diapers and all of the pants tell the story.
I gotta go, King.
Peace out, man.
Thank you for coming through. By the way, tap the screen, get us on up to you guys have been showing the program some love. Tap the screen, Get us on up to 235. 30. THRUDY. 30. Thank you, folks that have been supporting the program, helping out with the hat and mustache go. Appreciate that. What the fuck is that picture? Says Billy Buckeye Nation of J. Well, that's what the president, Trump, this was part of a video, by the way. President Trump posted what was meant to be a trolling picture of many of his political adversaries as animals. And Barack Obama and Michelle Obama were posted as, I think Michelle Obama appears to be a gorilla or an ape, and looks like Obama's a chimpanzee or some kind of other primate. So that came from the Trump account. Now, in defense of Trump, slightly, because it's hard to defend this, but this is a video. This is not a single photo. And there were several other politicians as other animals. I think Biden was a Dumbo-looking elephant or something like that. I mean, so it wasn't just them two as primates. But let's be clear. Let's just state the obvious. Portraying African Americans as apes is a racial stereotype. It's a racial trope going back at least 100 years or more. So it don't matter what the rest of the video is about. If you put them two in there as apes and you're a white person doing it, folks are going to say it's racist. Period. It doesn't matter. Folks are going to say it's racist. And that's where we're at with this. But a lot of folks are pointing out that the liberals and the critics of Trump just are focusing on this one still shot when it's actually part of a video. You can go where you want to, take it in whatever direction you want. But I'm just simply going to say that if you portray African Americans as monkeys, you're going to face that kind of criticism, whether you agree with it or not. And as I mentioned before in our earlier parts of the program, this actually has a precedent. This isn't the first time something like this has happened. And President Trump was pretty close to the individual it happened to.
Well, we got a problem.
Roseanne returned as the highest rated and most watched series in prime time, a triumphant comeback for a TV icon, until a tweet by Roseanne Barr caused ABC to pull the plug on her show, which had already been renewed for next season. This is the tweet that caused the swift action. It read, "Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes had a baby equals VJ." Those are the initials of Valerie Jarrett, a former White House advisor to President Barack Obama, who has never had a connection to the group. And
you guys are aware. I mean, I'm certain all you heard this story. This story is several years old at this point, but it cost Roseanne Barr her whole television show. And that show was literally named after her. Ended up becoming the Connors. They changed the name of it. And that was a very successful show under the title of Roseanne back in the 90s. The Connors was very successful as well. So Roseanne Barr had a lot more primetime television cash coming her way. The Connors was on for, I think it just got canceled like last year or something like that. The Connors was on television long enough to be in syndication and everything. So Roseanne Barr lost a lot of money behind this. I do believe they gave her some type of stipend from Disney to get her off the show, but she would have made a lot more money being the star of a hit primetime show for as long as the Connors was around. So that tweet cost her probably millions of dollars, easily millions of dollars. Not to mention having a hit show at her age level that went on for that long probably would have spun off into something else. Not to mention comedy gigs and all. And she probably can't do it anywhere near as much work as she could have before she posted that. So that tweet cost her a lot of money. And once again, it was comparing an African-American woman, Valerie Jarrett, to an ape. So the point I'm making is simple. Comparing blacks to apes has been a racial trope for a long, long time. And Roseanne Barr, when she did that, Trump himself welcomed her in. I believe she ended up getting all kinds of favorable statements and stuff from Trump. I mean, so he was on her side when she did that. But Yeah, it cost her a ton of money to do something for her to do that. She's literally lost her television career for life. Apparently, I mean, she's not that young anyway, but she lost a lot of money behind that. But I'm just saying, the idea that you portray the Obamas as apes or primates and it's just a joke or whatever, it's been known as a racial stereotype for a very long time. There are even black and white cartoons portraying, African Americans looking monkey and ape-like, and they're viewed as racist by today's standards. So it's been that way for a long time. So the idea that whoever created this didn't think about it as being like, you're crazy. I mean, this has been known as something. To me personally, this is comparing African Americans to apes is probably just slightly below the N-word. I mean, it's something that is universally in this country considered as something racist when you do it. It's universally considered as racist for someone white to compare anybody black to an ape. It is a universally racist trope. You know that when you're doing it. So, yeah, the idea that, there was a bunch of animals in the video and it wasn't just them two, you can try that, but it's not working. And you can see it's not working from the sheer number of conservatives that immediately spoke out against this. I mean, you don't see a lot of conservatives criticize President Trump, but there's been a lot of conservatives that came forward and saying that this is bad, this is wrong. And they're not downplaying the nature of what this is. They're actually calling it racist. I mean, you've seen what Tim Scott said it's the most racist thing you've seen come from the White House. Tim Scott, I love you, man, didn't mince words. That's a pretty harsh rebuke from Tim Scott. The most racist thing I've seen from this White House. And think about the wording of what he said. This is the most racist thing I've seen from this. That makes it sound like plural. This is the best car I've seen go by. That means other cars have went by. That sounds like he's using it in a plural sense when he says, this is the most racist thing I've seen from this White House, indicating you've seen other racist shit. This just happens to be worse than what you've seen in the past. I can see why they don't favor Tim Scott anymore. So we'll see how that is. But that shit is fucked, says the guitar guy. Well, right, it's not good to say in public, but what do they say in private? Monkey is all day. Well, look, everybody says shit they shouldn't say in private. I'm not going to hold people accountable for what they say in private. All of us do. You could be married and you may even say shit about your own spouse in private that you wouldn't say around her. That happens. But to take to social media where you got tens of millions of followers and do this, that's kind of a gloves are off approach. And then, of course, not to apologize and indicate a staffer did it. Okay, well, what did you do to the staffer? Did you fire him? I mean, this random anonymous staffer, they just felt they had the liberty to go to your account and post shit. Why would your staffer just do this? Don't they know what kind of person you are? Or perhaps maybe they do know what kind of person you are and they thought this would be cool to do. By the way, this was on his account for 12 hours. The idea that President Trump did not know this was on his account, not believable. Because you got to assume folks were reaching out to him and trying to contact him and telling him, man, what the fuck you put on your page, dude? What the hell is that? I don't buy for a second that some staffer took the liberty to post this independently. Now, he's the president of the United States. He's a busy man. He has a lot of assistants and things like that. He may have staffers posting everything to his page, but I don't buy that a staffer did this without his approval or anything else. Just some staffer took the liberty to do this on his own, didn't get permission. I don't buy that. And it was up for 12 hours. Trump has his hand in everything. I mean, he pays close attention to what's going on. I don't buy that this got 12 hours out there. He didn't know nothing about it and it was a staffer. I don't see it that way. Anyhow, I do appreciate the massive 239,000 likes. Thank you folks for tuning in as always. We will certainly be here tomorrow as news breaks as always. But I do got to step away. And if you favor this type of dialogue, feel free to follow the program if you're watching on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook. Give us a subscription, the sub if you're watching on YouTube. Until then, you guys take care. I'll see you mañana. Catch you later. I got to go. TikTok always does that. I don't know why. But I'll take it. I like the music.